Hey, family. I'm just looking at all your messages. Welcome to a Thursday night, a special Thursday night edition of Blue Centric Live. For those of you who are family, welcome back. For those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm just going to make sure I see Florence in the room. I see Natalia. Oh, look at my babies. It's always so good to see y'all. By the way, I love the conversations that y'all have in the chat. Whenever I'm done doing the lives, and somebody said, "Is that Desmond?" Yes, that is Desmond in the thumbnails. Whenever I'm done doing the lives, I tend to, when I have the energy and the time, I'll let it play on my YouTube, but I'll do it with a chat view so I can actually just watch the conversation. I don't need to watch myself. I was there. So I just want to tell y'all that I am very happy that you're all here today. It's been a day. Oh, you guys are really going in on Desmond. Yeah. I will say this, family. I'll say this. Today's live is probably going to be as long as our old ones. Oh, look at all these people in here. Oh my God. 547. We just started. You think I look good? That's amazing. That means I don't look like what I've been through. I don't look like what I've been through. And honestly, too, whenever I have my hair in a fro style, I always feel like it makes me look like a big adult baby. Yeah. I feel like I look like just an adult child, but it's okay though. I'm trying to break the part of my head because one of the things that happens whenever you are someone who is working through conditioning. Oh, it's your first live. Hi to all the first live people. Whenever you're working through racial conditioning, you have to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? And I realized the reason why I feel like I look like a child whenever my hair is natural or in a natural presenting state is because we've been told that like black hair is not professional. It's not polished. And so even though I do my best to eradicate the anti-blackness that lives in all of us because we're all spoon-fed anti-blackness, even something like thinking, oh my God, I look childish with a fro is anti-blackness. It's in everything, guys. They bake it into everything. Anyways, let's start the show. Someone said blue is the new Oprah. Oh, that's very specific language. I will tell you guys this, if you haven't already, please check out the members only section because we actually do have the story time about the time that I accidentally made Oprah cry. That story time was so much fun to do. Members, do not worry. I will be conceiving of the next members only live that we'll be doing. I feel like the members got fed a lot this month, so I'm allowing myself to rest. But yeah, this live is going to be extra long because after today, you're not going to hear from me until Monday. At the very least, Mother is tired. I'm exhausted. And one of the reasons why I'm exhausted is I made the mistake of making a stop in Atlanta on the way back to LA. Let's talk about it. The way the show works is the first 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes is me catching up with my family, and then we get into hot topics. Atlanta, what the fuck? Y'all know that I've never had the best of luck in Atlanta, and I was like, I haven't been to Atlanta in like a decade. Let me give Atlanta another chance. So I actually went to Atlanta to get my locks taken out because the person who does my locks is also the same person who does Megan Thee Stallion's locks, Lizzo's locks, Zoe Kravitz's locks. He is not inexpensive. He's a tourist, okay? He gets his paper. He not cheap. And he only comes to LA every other month. I just had this urge to take my locks out and get up all the energy from the last 4 months that I've had locks in out of my body. Like hair is so spiritual, and I'm a very spiritual girly. So I was like, baby, I can't wait for you to come back to LA. I'm gonna stop by Atlanta real quick, get these locks taken out, and take my ass right back to LA on the way back from the East Coast. So this was supposed to be an 18-hour trip. I was supposed to land in Atlanta, take me a nap, wake up the next morning, get my locks taken out by the maestro of locks, and then take my ass right back to LA. That was the plan. I had no idea. I had no idea that I had unintentionally flown right into the belly of the beast. For those of you who don't know, because I didn't fucking know, apparently TSA is having some kind of budget cut shutdown situation where none of the TSA employees are getting paid. And therefore, they're not coming to work or they're quitting on the job. So imagine my shock and awe when I go to Atlanta, having a funky key with my boy. We watching TV shows and catching up and talking about celebrity gossip and shit. Because, you know, whenever you get your hair done by somebody who's a celebrity hair, you spread notes. It's an industry thing. So we're having a little industry kiki or whatever. I go to this spot, amazing seafood spot, maybe one of the best seafood spots I've ever been in my life. So Atlanta, that's one strike in your favor. And have the most sexually good charbroiled oysters I've ever had in my life. Better than New Orleans. I know. Better than New Orleans. Literally filmed the meal because it was so orgasmic. I was like, baby, I got to shout you out. The waiter took a picture and everything with me. I was like, oh my God, Atlanta's being so good to me. Do I owe Atlanta an apology? All those horrible Atlanta trips that I've had in the past, maybe it's a new day. I'm drunk out of my mind. For those of you who were following me on Threads, you saw that I was a little tipsy. I was happy and tipsy leaving that happy hour. Leave happy hour, go to my hotel. Forgot that the South is inexpensive. So I ordered a hotel room for a couple $100 that ended up being a 800 square foot suite. My first apartment when I moved to LA was 540 square feet. Okay. So I accidentally booked a big old suite and was like, I don't need this much space for an 18-hour trip. Ha, God had a plan. I was going to be there longer than 18 hours. Get tipsy. Take my ass to the hotel to grab my bag and have exactly enough time to get to the airport and slide into first class as they feed me cocktails and take my ass back to LA. That was the plan. It was going to be a luxurious detour. As I'm tipsy and on the toilet peeing, like, baby, you need to sober up because they're not going to let you on the plane like this. You're smiling too hard, right? Because I'm not a messy drunk. I'm a smiley tipsy. I'm not even drunk. I was about 2 drinks in. It don't take much. I'm not an alcohol consumer. So I'm like, oh my God, I need to sober up because I'm smiling like a dummy. I look at my phone. It says delayed by 2 hours. Yes, guys, the charbroiled oysters that I had in Atlanta were better than New Orleans. It's this one spot. It's not all of Atlanta. It's this one spot. We'll talk about that some other time. So I'm like, oh, we up because these 2 hours I can sober up. This is amazing. I got 2 extra hours to sober up. I made a little video on my stories, me giggling in bed like, hey, y'all, I'm in this suite overlooking the airport because I was only about 11 minutes away from the airport. I'm in this suite that's literally overlooking the International Atlanta Airport. And yeah, I'm up. I had a great day in Atlanta. I might owe you an apology. I have an extra 2 hours to take me a little nap. I'm going to get up and go home. The 2 hours go by. I check out of my hotel. Mind you, something had told me the night before I flew to Atlanta, add an extra day, Blue. Something said, add an extra day. I'm at the part of my spiritual journey. When my spirit guides tell me to do shit, I don't ask no questions. I don't wonder. I don't ponder. I just listen. I'm obedient as hell. I'm so obedient. So I had already booked the hotel for an extra day. I was annoyed because the rate that I got for Sunday was half of the rate for Monday. So I'm like, Sky Daddy, God, Jesus, Yahweh, Buddha, whoever's up there, why I gotta pay double for an extra night though? But then I was like, no, Blue, just be obedient. So I'm thinking, well, it's beautiful that I've paid an extra night because instead of having to check out at like noon, I can leave at like 8:30 when my flight is delayed to leave or whatever. So I leave at night, go to the airport, the SUV comes up, I'm waving goodbye to everybody in a good little mood, whatever, just still smiling, but now I look more sober. And I get to the airport and our flight gets canceled. So not canceled, it gets delayed 5 more times. I'm like, why is the flight delayed 5 times? This is egregious. Oh, I'm not going to get home until like 2 o'clock in the morning. Darn, right? Because I knew I had a St. Patrick's Day happy hour that I was going to be doing the next day. By the way, shout out to all 125 of you who showed up to our St. Patrick's Day happy hour. That shit was so much fun. We're doing one more for Cinco de Mayo for tourist season. More on that later. And by the way, like the live. We're catching up, but like the live before we get to the hot topics. So I'm thinking, okay, well, we're going to be in the last flight. I'm going to get into LA the wee hours of the morning. I'm going to have to maybe, just take me a hard nap before I have my client calls and then do my happy hour. We get on the plane. I'm sitting in my little seat. I think I was in seat 4B. I'm sitting in seat 4B. Got my little cocktail. Get my pillow fluffed up. I'm chilling. I'm trying to figure out what movie to watch. And I realized after watching some TV show, we've been here for 45 minutes. There must be just a blockage on the tarmac because everybody's, trying to get out of here. No problem. Suddenly, the pilot is red-faced and walks out. The pilot looks sheepish. You know when you read a novel and they say, Igor looks sheepishly at her. Igor was looking sheepishly at us. And I said, now what the hell? Why the pilot look like he stole somebody's petty cash? What's going on? The pilot gets on the mic. Let me grab my little fan. And says, ladies and gentlemen, you're probably wondering why we're sitting here. And I'm embarrassed to say this. First of all, the minute the pilot says he's embarrassed, I'm already concerned. What you mean you embarrassed? You the one flying the fucking plane. Now my immigrant trauma has me sitting up. Fuck the drink and the pillow. Why you embarrassed, Igor? And he's like, so the reason we're here is not because we're having technical difficulties or because the plane is having issues. So don't worry about that. I said, okay, I can unclench my booty cheeks. I relaxed. He said, the issue is a member of our crew just is not coming to work. Mind you, I'm in 4B. I think Tank, the singer Tank, is like 1 or 2 seats behind me. We're all in the same cabin, right? I said, now what happened? He said, yeah, so we're trying to convince him to come to work. So just stand by. And technically there are laws that after a certain amount of time, we can't be here any longer because our shifts are over because it's no longer safe for us to fly. So hopefully he comes to work before we... I said, now hold on. Ha! No, this is ghetto. I said, Ooh, bon Dieu. This ghetto. I would rather you say the plane had an issue because that's regular. What you mean the nigga don't want to come to work and you hoping that he gonna come to work? Atlanta, you're never beating the allegations. Atlanta, I tried to give you... I feel like, you know how Mercury retrograde, you and your ex try to make it work and he reminds you why he ain't shit? That's how I feel about Atlanta. Atlanta, this was your opportunity to woo me back. No, baby, it was not Soul Plane. It was Delta. That ticket cost $2,000. It was not Soul Plane, baby. I was upset. So I said, I looked at the white man next to me like, did he just say that the man don't want to come to me? He's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm like, no, there's no way. Cognitive dissonance, there's no way. We wait 30 more minutes because I'm like, there's no way that a nigga in Atlanta didn't come to work and that's why I'm not going home tonight. That's not what is happening right now. Guess what Igor had to say 45 minutes later? Hey, guys. Well, I feel like we all know what I'm about to say. Igor, come on, man. What you mean? Yeah, he's not coming in. So I hate to say this, but the flight is canceled. Well, there are no more Delta flights for the rest of this calendar day. You're going to have to get off the plane. And then Igor scurried back into the cabin. He scurried back into the pilot little thing and closed the door behind him because I felt like he knew he was in Atlanta and he might get jumped. Come outside, Igor. We're not going to jump you. Here comes Tank with a straight face walking past me. I said, baby, there's no way that I'm getting off this plane because a nigga just didn't come to work. There's no way. I get off the plane. I'm so mad. I forget my coat. Because here's the thing. When you're in the first class or Delta One cabin and you have a coat on, they take it for you. They hang it up. It's very concierge. I'm so mad I storm off. And then I realized, bitch, it's freezing as hell. Like, the minute I walked out into the gate, my nipples got cold. It was freezing. I said, oh, shit, I need my coat. I turn to get my coat. A black woman stands in front of me like a blockade. She's like, where you think you going? I said, oh, my coat's in first. Because here's the thing. At Delta, once you hit platinum status, they're very nice to you. So I'm assuming everybody's on my side. I forgot I was in Atlanta. So she's like, where you think you going? I said, oh, that's this is going to sound very bourgeois. I was like, that's a very coach way to approach me. Baby, I paid for you to be nice to me. I paid extra for you to talk to me nice. What's going on? My full Taurus is coming out right now, guys. My full Taurus. Tauruses, you know how Tauruses are. We are goons, but we are bougie goons, okay? We are daffodils. We like to be pampered. I paid extra for y'all to feed me grapes and pamper me. Igor done scurried into the fucking pilot's area. The nigga who's supposed to be coming to work didn't show up, and now you talking to me with bass in your voice. What in the fuck? It's giving spirit. It's not giving Delta Sky priority. No, it's not giving what I paid for. So now I'm shocked because I'm realizing you just a bitch off the street to this lady. I said, ma'am, my coat's inside, so I just want to get my coat. She's like, nah, you have to wait for the entire plane to deboard before I inform them to go find your coat. I said, no, they don't have to find it. They took it from me because I'm in first class. She's like I said, you're going to have to wait for the entire plane to deboard. You guys, I was in seat 4B, which means I got off the plane within 45 seconds of the announcement. I had to wait for every person, including whoever was sitting in 56F with a limp, to get off that plane while I'm sitting there with G-cup breasts and poking out cold nipples. It was obscene. My titty's too big for all this. Can I please get my jacket? As I'm waiting for my jacket, y'all might not know this, but I had a really bad car accident a couple of years ago. I'm in the middle of a court case. I'm actually doing my deposition next month, finally, to get my fucking money. And because of my really bad car accident, there's a certain level of walking with a bag that I cannot do until my back seizes up. Because, I have lasting pain from the back accident. So my back was seizing up at this point, and they had to give me a wheelchair because I'm cold, right? I'm poking everybody in the face with my fucking nipples. This bitch won't let me get my coat. Igor is still fucking hiding somewhere in the plane. And until Igor and his cronies get off, I can't get my coat. So they had to call me a wheelchair because it was clear that I was seizing up. I'm sitting there in the wheelchair. The man who comes to put me in the wheelchair says, yeah, I understand why that nigga quit. I'm quitting next. I'm moving to Connecticut. Fuck this shit. I said, what? He said, I'm quitting next. I said, sir, can you at least get me to my next gate before you quit? At this point, I want to cry. I'm laughing out of trauma, okay? At this point, I want to cry. Because what you mean, you came here because my back is seizing up and you about to quit. Can you at least push me? Can I get my coat? At this point, I look at the lady. I said, ma'am, look at these. I'm just pointing to my titties. Ma'am, I'm clearly very cold. Help me. Please, can I just get my coat? She looks away. Excuse you? I say, wow, where is your humanity? You have no compassion. This is bad enough. You have no compassion. When I get upset, I sound like Aunt Viv. I don't be swearing and stuff because I'm from New England. When I'm upset, I sound like just an angry Diane Carroll. You have no compassion. This champagne is burnt, right? Like I was so angry. Like how dare you, right? Like at this point, full white woman is coming out. I'm from New England, my nigga. I ain't got no street credit. My full New England white bitch came out of me. And the woman just looks away. I was like, all right, so she's a bitch. Got it. Mind you, this is a black woman because it's a land. Everybody black. Okay? Everybody black. So now I'm slumped over in a wheelchair, covering my titties, waiting for Igor and the other flight attendants to come out so I can finally get my stuff. Do you know when Igor finally comes out, there's a flight attendant right behind him, and she's holding my jacket, and she's like, oh my God, did we lose her? Where is she? We've been looking for her all over the plane. I said, it's me. Can I have my coat? She gives me my coat. I get wheeled to the area where we have to get new tickets. The entire time this man is wheeling me, he is talking about how excited he is to quit his job while he's still on his job. So now I'm in this coat just rocking back and forth like, bruh, I'm never fucking coming back to Atlanta. I am never, unless y'all write me a big old check, I'm never going back to fucking Atlanta. If you see me in Atlanta, somebody cut me a check or somebody else paid for it. Okay? So I'm just rocking back and forth like, wow, this is not the luxurious detour I was expecting. I should have just kept my fucking locks in. Fuck me. I wanted to have natural. I could have just stayed my ass in LA. We get to the front gate. There's a sister at the front, and she says, so check it. You are first class nonstop. We're now going to have to do you first class with a stop in Nashville. I said, but I paid not to stop. I paid extra to not stop. I paid extra so the plane would come, feed me grapes, and then drop me off. Like I paid for. She said, baby, do you want to go home or not? I said, oop, fair. I do want to go home. I'm being held hostage in Atlanta. I was waiting for Donald Glover and Lakeith Stanford to come riding on a fucking golf cart right past me because I felt like I was in a really bad fever dream episode of Atlanta. Like FX had a special and nobody told me. So I said, bitch, you right. Fuck me in my nonstop. First class with a stop in Nashville. Nigga, I'll get me some ribs. Let's do it. I said, when is it? She said, tomorrow. I said, what you mean tomorrow? But it's today. She said, baby, it's tomorrow. I said, okay, but where am I going to sleep? Y'all have to give me a voucher for a hotel. She said, baby, the closest hotel is 23 miles away because every flight tonight has been canceled. Nobody came to work. You lucky I'm even here to rebook you. Here comes a nigga who wants to quit. Yeah, girl, it's Atlanta. We don't give a fuck. I said, excuse me, sir. I'm not talking to you. I already know you want to quit your job. Can you? I get it. It's Atlanta. You don't give a fuck. And then I'm like, bitch, you paid double price for a suite until tomorrow afternoon. Remember when your spirit guides told you to eat it and just pay the extra fee? You checked out at 8:30 at night. Your reservation's not over till tomorrow. I said, yes, bitch, I have a reservation at a hotel only 1 mile away. Fuck 23 miles, bitch. Got it. So I called the hotel and said, they canceled my flight. I still have a room. It's a suite. Can I have it back? She says, well, we have to make sure nobody checked in. I said, bitch, ain't nobody checking into this expensive ass fucking suite. Give me my fucking room. I shit you not. She says, you right. You could come back. Atlanta, are you okay? What? Hold on. Let me drink my coconut water. Sorry. She said, you right. You could come back. I said, what if I hadn't pushed? Bitch, would you have taken my suite? So as I'm waiting for them to figure out how to book me to Nashville, I go on JetBlue because there's a guy. The guy that was sitting next to me said, hey, yo, if they fuck up on Delta, JetBlue might have some flights. I see a flight of JetBlue, and JetBlue is significantly less expensive than Delta, right? So I'm like, oh, it's going to be a little bit less expensive. Maybe I'll just get my flight reimbursed for this. JetBlue says there's a flight leaving at 6 a.m. tomorrow, nonstop, good seats. There's one caveat, because it's last minute, the flight is $2,500 one way. Atlanta is only a 4-hour flight from LA. You mean the price that I would pay on Delta, which is actually a nice air, on Delta with a bed? I'm paying for only a 4-hour flight from Atlanta to LA. Are you mad? I go to click out, the page starts buffering because Mercury fucking retrograde. The page starts buffering as I'm trying to X out because I don't want no parts of this $2,500 flight. When the page X's out, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to wait for Nashville until I get a ping on my phone. It's a confirmation from JetBlue saying you are booked for to go home tomorrow. Thank you for the $2,500 plane ticket, you dumb bitch. That's not what it said, but it's what it felt like. JetBlue somehow buffered and took my credit card on file and booked me on a flight that I didn't agree to. At this point, get my mom. Fuck all of y'all. I will fly the plane myself. Get Igor out of here. I will fly the plane myself. So I go to cancel. It says you can't cancel within 24 hours. See y'all on the plane, bitch. That's what I heard. What you mean I can't cancel? I just booked the 2 minutes. I spent 3 hours on hold with JetBlue, playing the girl from Ipanema while I'm arguing with the attendant that, bitch, I don't want to go to Nashville. Bitch, I knew I had to go to Nashville. So I said, okay, you know what? I have a hotel waiting for me. Unlike these people who are now going to have to sleep in the airport and wake up in the morning smelling like homeless sex, I actually have a suite pretty close. Let me just be happy for my blessings and my spirit guides. I catch an Uber back to my hotel. And even though the Uber is only an 11-minute ride, baby, let me tell you how much my wallet hurts. It was $67 for an 11-minute ride from the airport back to my hotel. I said, wow. At this point, my credit card is now pinging. Hey, bitch, you good? Just pinging, because I don't live like this. I get back to the hotel and realize for the first time, I'm starving because I haven't eaten since drunk happy hour. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. The lady had a Mars bar, some fucking Funyuns, and some Powerade. I said, I guess this is my dinner. I was expecting, I had ordered the short ribs on my flight, but I had Funyuns instead. Okay? Funyuns and Powerade, just sodium and blue dye number 2. So I walk back to my suite and I look at all the stuff that I left strewn around my room, like, oh, innocent times. It was so innocent when I left here a couple hours ago, huh? Just tipsy and happy and excited to go home. I crawl into bed and wake up scared at exactly 6 o'clock. Rush on to put my clothes back on, get in the shuttle this time because I'm not taking another fucking Uber. Fuck y'all. Get in the shuttle, get to the airport. And when I get to the airport, I'm sitting at my gate. I was like, oh, this was actually fairly simple. Shout out to everybody who's watching in here and showing me love because my God, today. Someone said, sorry, Mercury and her microwaves put you through it. Girl. And I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be easy. And something says, a voice says to me, Blue, look at your flight itinerary. My flight itinerary says landing in Nashville, Tennessee at 9 a.m. Next flight, swipe, boarding for LAX at 8:50. Now, hold on, bitch. What you mean I'm landing at 9 a.m., but my flight starts to board at 8:50? That means I'm guaranteed to lose my flight. So I walk up to the lady and I say, ma'am, maybe I don't understand how this works because I don't fly with layovers. I'm a nonstop bitch. I've only flown nonstop flights for the last 10 years. I don't even know how this shit works. Unless I'm going to like Jamaica. No, even Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica when I got my back cracked and put to the mattress. That was the only time I had a layover in Atlanta. And at least Estelle was there to keep me company, right? So this is my first time doing a layover situation unsupervised. So I go to the lady and say, hey, maybe I'm just misunderstanding this. It says here that I land at 9, but my plane starts to board at 8:50. Are the gates next to each other? Are they kissing like two Barbie dolls? What you mean? How we do this? It's a Haitian woman. She said, I don't know. I said, nah, ma'am, sis, stop fucking playing with me. What you mean you don't know? She said, I don't know. I said, ma'am, I'm asking you a reasonable question. Why did y'all book me on a flight that lands at 9 when the next one boards at 8:50? No, these are in the times of the place that you're in. It's not an hour behind. It's in the time of the place that it lands. So I said, can you explain to me how that works? Where do I get those 10 minutes back? Like, how does that work? She said, oh, I don't know, but you're right. I said, Naomi, bitch, I need you to do your job. Okay? I almost started speaking in Creole to be like, listen, I'm one of you. Stop playing with me. Right? I am a New England Haitian. Southern Haitians are different. They a little bit more, okay? They're a little more razzle dazzle. I don't want to be on the no-fly list for beating up old lady. I already felt that maybe I need to calm down. So I said, okay. Let me breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. Where do I get those 10 minutes back? At this point, she's staring at me, staring at her, staring at me. It looked like that Diddy meme of when you just stare at each other. The bitch starts to smirk. I don't know. I said, oh. Now I start laughing like the Joker because I can feel my spirit leaving my body. Guess what saved me? The only thing that saved me. The fucking Blue Crew. The man who was sitting next to her, the gate attendant next to her, looked at me and said, Blue? I said, yes. He said, come here. I said, okay. Guys, I am not a celebrity. I'm only a public figure on social media, which doesn't take much. Everybody can be a public figure on social media these days. But I have never been more relieved to be recognized in my fucking life. He said, Blue? I said, yes. Like, I felt like, you know that little meme of the little baby in the pajamas was going like this? Yes. He said, Blue, come over here. I said, okay. I didn't even ask the nigga how he know my name. I don't give a fuck. God sent you, okay? I said, what? He said, there's a flight leaving direct from Atlanta to LA at 10 a.m. that I could put you on. I said, oh, God bless you. Blue Crew, we up. God bless you. If he sees this, I love you, okay? I would kiss you in the mouth, but I think you might have been gay. It's okay. So, yes, Blue Crew. You motherfuckers saved me, okay? I said, so, okay, 10 a.m. Mind you, at this point, it's about 7:25. He said, it's a 10 a.m. flight, direct. I could put you on it, and, you could go straight to LA nonstop. I said, yes, brother, I love you. Thank you. He said, there's only one thing. I said, what? He said, I know how you are. First of all, sir, don't do that. What you mean you know how I am? He said, it's Coach Blue. I said, now what happened? I said, but I paid for first class nonstop. Then y'all put me on first class with a stop. Now you're putting me on coach? He said, yeah, it's in coach. I said, well, I said, you want me to sit in coach even though I paid for another experience? This is not even about being bougie. This is about fiscal responsibility. I paid for a whole different experience. And y'all keep watering it down. He said, so yeah, it's coach. That's the only thing. I said, well, check it. Can you put me in the aisle so I can stop, drop, and roll off the plane the minute we land? Because I don't like where this is going. He starts laughing. He's like, yeah, that works. And he could see that I'm devastated. He said, you know what, Blue? There is one more flight that's actually boarding in 30 minutes direct to LA, but I'd have to put you on standby. I said, now hold on. I went from first class nonstop to first class with a stop to coach nonstop to now coach standby. At this point, do y'all want me to serve the coffee? Repeat that said. At this point, I am now a Delta employee. I'm the captain now. What do you mean? Where's this going? Standby. He said, yeah, that's all we got. My back seized up again. They had to call a wheelchair. I think it was the stress. I think my back seizes up whenever I'm stressed. They had to call another wheelchair attendant. I was happy anybody showed up because the last nigga quit after he rolled me over to the cart. So the wheelchair attendant comes because this is Atlanta. So every gate change requires you to get on a fucking train. It's one of the biggest airports in the world. So I'm on the thing going like this, like I'm about to be standby on coach. I'm about to be standby on coach. Bitch, we work so hard to never have to do this again. Wow, Atlanta. Atlanta, huh? At fucking Atlanta, huh? ATL, shorty. You will never catch me like this again. We get to the gate. And at this part, I'm hearing we fall down, but we get up. Mind you, I'm in a wheelchair, so it's deeply ironic. I'm just like, God, if you are trying to teach me something, you know, let me know what it is so we ain't got to do this again. As I'm talking to Sky Daddy, a woman who I swear to God is anointed. Oh, sorry, something is wet in my eye. Ooh. Ooh, that's a little, I hate when something falls in my eye. A woman with the spirit of Yolanda Adams, and I'm not joking. Because the minute she started talking to me, I was like, this bitch is anointed. She's anointed. She looks over at me and she says, baby, are you okay? I said, yeah, I had a direct flight on Delta One, and then y'all put me with a stop on first class, and then you put me on coach nonstop, and now I'm coach standby, and yeah, I don't live like this. As she looks at me and she says, baby, I can tell you're about to cry. Don't worry, we got you. And that's what made me almost start crying. Because at this point, fuck me, Atlanta, huh? Fuck 50, right? Atlanta doesn't fuck with me. I get it. Somebody said, I think the problem is you keep calling him Sky Daddy. No, me and God crack jokes. The God that I serve understands my sense of humor. The God that I serve understands my humor. So, I mean, think about it, right? He said Yolanda Adams. And so she says, don't worry, we got you. Now, her and the man are tussling because they're arguing because he says, this ticket says coach, which you mean she's in first class. She's like, no, I looked at it. If you go back to the original ticket from about 8 tickets ago, she actually was first class. We did this to her. I was like, yeah, bitch, tell her. You know that meme about the lady in the bonnet and the man standing up for her? She's like, yeah, tell him again. So I'm like, yeah, Yolanda Adams, tell this motherfucker who I am. She don't really know who the fuck I am, okay? So Yolanda Adams says to me, all right, we got you, baby, don't worry. And tells the man to wheel me to the front of the line. At this point, my back is so tight, I am worried I'm going to fall out the wheelchair. Like, the stress is all in my body. When they wheel me to the front, I don't have it in me to ask what seat am I in. I've made peace with being in seat 56F and having to stop, drop, and roll off the fucking plane. I surrender. I surrender all, okay? Every Christian bone in my body came back. For those who don't know, I'm Buddhist, but I was raised Christian. Every Christian bone in my body came back. I surrender. I'm about to start singing fucking Negro spirituals, right? Wade in the water in this bitch. I feel like the after, like the backwash of Harriet Tubman. I've been through all the things. If I had a gun, I would have shot y'all though, right? So when they pull me to the front, because I'm on standby, the machine has to regurgitate your ticket. When the thing goes, and my ticket goes out, and the lady hands it to me, she says, "You want your ticket?" I said, "Not really. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life." And she just looks at me and smiles and says, "Here's your ticket, baby. Have a good flight." I look at the ticket. It says 1D. Yolanda fucking Adams put me on a Delta One seat at the very front of the plane. A seat that I suspect they were trying to save for the crew. Because guess what? Plot twist. I didn't mention this part. Right before they wheeled me to the front, guess who I saw in the standby line to get on the plane? Igor and the entire flight crew from my flight the night before. Igor and them were on my direct flight to LA the next morning. And she gave me one of their tickets. I hope she gave me his ticket. Fuck you, Igor. Okay, I hope she gave me his ticket. And so I laid down, and the lady gave me my orange juice. At this point, my first thought was, I wonder how Tank got home. Did he just charter a private jet because he's kind of rich? Like, I don't feel like he went through everything that I went through, right? And then I decide, you know what? Everybody keeps on saying that they want me to watch one battle after another. Let me try to watch it. I put on one battle after another. This middle-aged white woman from Atlanta, I could tell she was from Atlanta, walks over to me as the movie is starting and says, "You're going to fucking love this movie." 30 minutes later, as I'm cussing at the screen, I'm thinking to myself, this lady is a fucking idiot. And anybody who enjoyed one battle after another, you are an op. If you enjoyed one battle, I don't give a fuck if you're black. If you actually thought one battle after another was a quality movie, you are a fucking op. That's my review of the fucking movie. But Django Pussy's in it. Okay, we all make mistakes. Even Gucci got ugly clothes. What that mean? But we love Teyana. Teyana's not that movie. Let's see what was going on in Atlanta real quick, guys. This is a video of what the lines look like. Wait time, 142 minutes. And that's hoping niggas show up for work. 142 minutes hoping.
I'm at the Atlanta airport this morning, and it was right. It's so much traffic. TSA, I guess, did not go back to work again today. So
TSA said, "Fuck y'all." Here's the thing. Because once I recognized that this was all happening because TSA wasn't getting paid, I too am not going to work for free. Everybody who helped me, every single person who helped me, whether it's the wheelchair with my baggage, anything, everybody got a $20 tip. I gave every single person at the Atlanta airport a $20 tip, even though I was heavily inconvenienced, because I understood, right? I understood.
It's so packed, and this is the long line. It's all the way in baggage claim, y'all, literally. And it's even longer for me. It's crazy, y'all. And my time is 5:47. Okay, my flight leaves at 8:30, so we're gonna see if I make my flight. It's 5:47. I'll keep y'all updated.
Long story short, TSA did not show up to work.
Yes, they got rid of pre-check, because one of the things that happens when you are flying and you have a digital pass, you have all these badges on your pass that show you who you are and what your status is, because it is a hierarchy. So when you look at my pass, it says Delta 1, so it's purple. Then it says Sky Priority, which is a little red badge. Then it says Faceless ID, whatever. So it's a little green badge. Then it says like 8 other badges that say she's important. None of that shit mattered. None of it mattered. Not a clear pre-check, Sky Priority, Platinum Plus, Delta 1. None of it fucking mattered. All those lines were closed. It was communism. And I'm Cuban, so I know what communism is.
That's pretty much what the issue is. I'm at the airport, and I've been here for like an hour and a half. Drove from Evans, Georgia, over here to Atlanta Airport, and so we tried to get out there to Auburn, Washington, help a good friend out. But I don't think I'm not gonna make it. Sucks. I took the last little bit of change, kind of scrubbed something together. Was just trying to go out there and help. And from what I understand, the flight, everything is non-refundable.
Now, here's the thing that was devastating. This video, this man, and I'm stopping because I hear music in the back and I don't want to have a copyright. And yes, guys, in true Caribbean fashion, I am drinking coconut water out of my Harvard cup because a bitch is dehydrated. Okay, I have not physically recovered. I forgot to mention, guys, when I landed, my bags were not there. My bags got sent to Nashville on my original flight that was delayed for about 12 hours. I got my bag at midnight, 12:01 the very next day. My bag got home the time I would have gotten home had I been on the original flight. That member of the Blue Crew, if you see this, I love you, saved me from another 12-hour layover. But God. But anyways, in this video, this young man was going to fly out of Atlanta to go help a friend. He used the last bit of his money. He bought a non-refundable ticket and went home devastated because he couldn't help his friend. A lot of people were severely inconvenienced and devastated. And what I think I learned from this is, number one, I'm not going to downplay my inconvenience or what I went through or the stress that I was in simply because I had luxury accommodations. Like, I'm still a person. And I think a lot of times you guys dehumanize anybody who's up. It's almost like you have to be down to be a human being. And the minute you're up, people seek to find a way to humble you. So anybody who's like, well, Blue, you had, no, nigga, that shit was a lot. It was stressful. And my hypertension medication, because I've been really stressed lately and I've been working really hard on being zen and whatever, was in my luggage that was in Nashville. So I was also unmedicated the entire time, just raw dogging it and fucking chanting and listening to Buddhist chant music, trying to keep myself calm holistically, right? So Atlanta, respectfully. Anyways, enough of that. While I was in the middle of my Atlanta nightmare, I was keeping abreast of the discourse around the Oscars because I had watched the Oscars on my flight to Atlanta. And I had been planning to do a little live when I came back. Unfortunately, I couldn't because I was on an airport fighting for my life. And I saw the discourse around Teyana Taylor. And I wanted to have a quick chat about that, even though it's not on the roster for tonight, because the respectability politics is really whooping y'all's ass on this, right? Teyana Taylor, even though I absolutely abhor and hate One Battle After Another and am disgusted by that movie and have no issue saying that I'm happy she did not win for such a horrible film. Such a horrible, irresponsible film. Somebody in here said FD Signifier liked the film. That stuns and disappoints me because I love FD Signifier, but not for this. I completely disagree with him on this one. But even though I despise the film she was in, the only thing I hated more than the film was how you guys reacted to Teyana Taylor when it came to the discourse around her being the angry Black woman at the Oscars for showing joy. Isn't the whole point of being an angry Black woman that you're angry? How did Black joy get y'all to get to this place of, let's just watch this. For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, here is the discourse around Teyana Taylor.
Taylor was doing way too much at the Oscars. She's over there sitting next to Leonardo DiCaprio, acting like she's at the BET Awards.
What do you mean by that, bald man who looks like a thumb? Let's play that again. What do you mean she was at? What do you mean by BET Awards? What do you mean by that?
And Teyana Taylor was doing way too much at the Oscars. She's over there sitting next to Leonardo DiCaprio, acting like she's at the BET Awards.
Now, Teyana Taylor, I'm usually on your side.
Wait a minute. I'm just hearing this accent. What's her name? Her name is I Am D. Haiti. Oh, God. Okay, the Haitian girls are not having a good moment right now. I know that's not who I think it is. I know it's not a Haitian woman who's about to say some anti-Black shit. Toussaint would never. You're not ashamed. I Am D. Haiti with that accent. Ooh, I know what you are. All right, let's
But
play.
this was unacceptable.
Ooh, I'm so shiny.
This right here was unacceptable.
Really?
For you to hear this man was called to get an award, he won. You chased the man.
Ooh, there's demons in her video. That's God. Wait, she's saying you chased the man. Who does she chase?
You put him on a headlock. It's an older man. Teyana Taylor is a fit young woman.
Now hold on. Is she trying to act like she attacked the director to beat his ass? That is not what happened in that video. Oh. Yeah, I know who you are. I know exactly. Do you live in Florida? In a nice area? You got a little white boyfriend? Okay, I see where this is going.
You put the man in a headlock. And you jump on the stage and take the man award. Did you write the movie?
Girl, what in the Waffle House is going on?
What you mean, what in the Waffle House? Y'all know that whenever I clip videos like this, I do my best not to watch them. I just grab them in broad strokes so that I can react to them. Between she's acting like the BET Awards and what in the Waffle House, are y'all picking up the tone of all this? What in the Waffle House? BET Awards? I don't feel like I have to say too much to unpack this one. This one, pretty much, if it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck and smells like a duck, it's a racist bitch.
Teyana Taylor apparently could not keep her hands to herself and kept getting in fights last night at the Oscars. Take a look at this.
Tonight for casting, actor in a supporting role, adapted screenplay.
That's a fight.
Directing.
She's calling this a fight. That's a fight? Oh, baby, you don't want to come to my hood if you think that's a fight. She said, don't put your hands on a female. Number one, I hate the fact that she still uses female. I understand she's from Harlem, but ladies and gentlemen, please stop using female. My spirit, every time y'all call a woman a female and reduce her to her genitals and use the that's a whole other video. The fact that in 2026 I have to keep telling y'all to stop using female, I don't have the bandwidth. But that's not a fight, and that's not even an angry black woman. That's somebody who's keeping their composure while setting a boundary about their bodily autonomy.
That's the fight? Why is it that when Teyana Taylor sets boundaries and say, hey, you're all up in my space, you're putting your hands on me, it's a problem. But when Chaperone does it, oh, she's doing this for the culture.
Chaperone scolded the fuck out of the paparazzi, like was rude in my opinion. Was rude as fuck and was called Joan of Arc. Oh, she's such a feminist icon. Somebody said the discourse around, oh, it's Tony. Hey, Tony. The discourse around Teyana Taylor was whack as fuck, very anti-black. This is winning whether it fits the narrative in their head or not. Let the folks stay mad. I agree, Tony. I 100%.
Oh, she's setting her boundaries and this is perfectly okay. Oh, these people don't know how to act. And so she's setting her boundaries. But again, when Teyana Taylor does it, it's, oh, she's being angry. Let alone that first clip that you played wasn't even a fight.
Yeah, it wasn't a fight.
And then what in the Waffle House is going on? What is that supposed to mean? What? Seriously, what is that supposed to mean? And the scariest part is that I went on her page and she's got almost 1 million followers.
Ooh.
This is the type of content y'all like. I really wish that TikTok would stop giving people like that a platform.
I agree.
Because they get on here and they rage bait for money. And they know that.
And here's the thing, the money on TikTok is trash. I was going viral on TikTok. This time last year, I was going viral on TikTok on an almost weekly basis. I had videos, and my version of viral was not super viral because I only had less than 100,000 followers. But I had videos that were doing 2 million, 4 million. Some did 8 million. Like, I had a bunch of videos that I've since taken down because I've left the creator program. But I was going viral on a regular basis and only made my biggest month on TikTok. I made $1,500 with tens of millions of views. So the money on TikTok is scraps. So unless you have a brand deal to be a hating ass bitch, it's not worth all this.
There's a following for that type of content.
Now, I'm playing this video for a very specific reason. This woman who's wearing a doctor's coat, maybe she's a doctor, she is showing the altercation in its entirety. She's also going to point out something that I thought only I recognize. You know, whenever I go on TikTok, I look to see, did anybody else peep this? And usually at least one or two people have peeped it. Teyana Taylor, her reaction to this man winning, a man who I do not agree with making this horrible film, a man who, as a white person being married to Maya Rudolph and having biracial kids, I am now giving him and Maya Rudolph the side eye for making that horrible movie and dedicating it to their biracial children. So I don't even like the nigga who won. But Teyana still has warm feelings towards him because they work together on set, and I understand that, right? I have a lot of people that I've been on camera with that y'all don't like that I have warm feelings for because of our camaraderie on set. So I understand. Teyana Taylor having that moment with him, I was like, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. And so I do what I always do whenever I'm having a little niggling feeling. I did some research. What Teyana Taylor did at the Oscars, and this is something that only the movie buffs and the Oscar heads and people like me who've written about the Oscars for CNN in the past and had to know about the Oscars for work would probably know. What Teyana Taylor did for the One Battle After Another win is exactly what Julia Roberts did to Denzel Washington. Let that sit for a second. The way that Teyana Taylor reacted when that man won for that horrible movie is the exact same way Julia Roberts reacted to Denzel Washington. And I remember, right? I remember at the time how everybody applauded her for being a team player and having good sportsmanship and having the ability to be joyous for other people. I went back and watched it because I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. I went back and watched it, and y'all will not shut up about how Julia Roberts is an ally to the Black community, and her family knew Martin Luther King's family, and X, Y, and Z, and she's a white savior. And mind you, I love Julia Roberts. I'm just saying, Julia Roberts doing the exact same thing to Denzel Washington fed her lore. But it got you calling Teyana Taylor an angry Black bitch. And we're not supposed to see that there's a double standard here.
That was a clip of Teyana Taylor circling after the Oscars where this person allegedly shoved her, and then they're having a bit of an argument. But then also this clip has been circulating, and I've had videos on this before, where she's hugging the director of the film that she was in. But let me show you this similar clip of Julia Roberts.
Wait, I had to stop it because there's music. You guys, Teyana Taylor had him in a headlock. Julia Roberts was literally spider monkeying Denzel's neck with her feet dangling. It be that said. Is she an angry bitch? Is she about to attack this old man because she's fit? And guess who is friends with Teyana Taylor? Julia fucking Roberts. You watch your homegirl do it because you both are good people who know how to be happy for folks. But when she does it, she's an ally. When you do it, you're a Black bitch. Hanging, literally gripped around, dangling from this man's neck. But when Teyana does it though, ooh, you angry monkey, you angry chimp. Y'all, ugh. At this point, I'm not even being deep. I can just see.
Now that was a really famous clip of Julia Roberts getting very excited for Denzel.
Look at them. Do we not all act like our friends? If you are a woman who knows how to champion other women, and mind you, I have friends in common with Teyana Taylor who only speak of her highly. Teyana Taylor, if for those of you who follow me on the members only area when I do story times, when I started my production company, Teyana Taylor was the first celebrity that I ever had to film for my production company, right? Everybody I know who knows her has only good things to say, that she's a real ass bitch. She could be in the middle of work on set somewhere and respond to a text about an Amazon link. She's a real ass bitch, right? And she's friends with another real ass bitch who's known for being a lifelong ally. They act exactly the same, and yet they are seen completely differently. Miss me on the respectability politics bullshit.
And people said that. They were like, she's excited for her friend. However, when Teyana Taylor was excited for her friend, we heard very different things. We heard, this is not the BET Awards. She's not acting classy, all this stuff. But she was excited for her friend. And she literally said, listen, just because y'all not joyful doesn't mean you should steal my joy. Yeah. And here are these two after Teyana's Golden Globe win. You know, a lot of times people do want others to be miserable, and they can't.
Here's the thing, guys. The light is meant to irritate the dark. I say this all the time. It's a matter of physics, not opinion. The light is meant to disrupt the dark. And so when you're around people who are dark, who are low vibrational, who are miserable, who are envious, who are scornful, who are restless and petty, of course you being a light is going to be an irritant. That is just how science works.
Celebrate their joy or accept the joy of others, especially when it's not expressed in a way that really coincides with the way that they express it in their culture. And
so you mean to tell me the Oscars had to clear it up real fast when it came to Teyana Taylor? Listen, baby, as I said yesterday.
By the way, the Oscars came forward and defended Teyana Taylor and said that it was their bad. The Oscars disagree with y'all. So now what? You sit here tap dancing for massa and trying to act like, oh, it's the establishment. We have to, swing low, sweet chariot. And whole time, massa's not even on your side. Now you look extra stupid. They admitted that their staff member, their third-party staff member, overreacted. And a part of me, again, guys, I talk about this often. When you are a Black woman in luxury or A-list spaces, when you are a Black woman who are in spaces that are considered a premium, that are considered VIP, that are considered rarefied air, and I've said this so many times, there are people in the room who will resent you merely being in the room, who will always look for a way to humble you, even service people. I get treated worse in first class than I do in coach. I get treated worse when a Black SUV pulls up and a Russian man who doesn't understand why I'm the one in the back seat with the fancy luggage. I get treated worse a lot of times when I'm in spaces of affluence than when I used to be broke. They're comfortable being me struggling. They're comfortable with me trying to figure it out. But after you figure it out, suddenly, who the fuck does this Black bitch think she is? Every part of me is convinced that the security guard knew exactly who Teyana Taylor was and was reveling at humbling her. I hope he got fucking fired. I hope they fired your ass.
Yesterday, she had to check one of the security guards because, as you know, he was putting his hands on her, trying to keep her from going back inside of the Oscars. She was just trying to get pictures with her castmates, allegedly. And she was like, you being very rude. You putting your hands on a female. Like, what's up? Like, why are you doing that? Like, you're putting your hands on a female. The Academy came out today and they issued an apology, basically saying that they have worked with Teyana over the course of the last several months with these type of events. And Teyana Taylor's always been graceful. She's always had class. She's always been supportive and embraced the community. Always said this was a community thing, allegedly. And so they had to clear it up really fast and say, okay, you had an issue with our outside security. The situation is being handled, is being taken care of. Dionne Warwick also came out in support of Teyana Taylor with this whole situation. Right. And I'm so glad that they are supporting him.
For those who don't know, Teyana Taylor, it's obvious, is the perfect place person to play Dionne Warwick in the biopic. So it makes sense that Dionne Warwick had her back, because that's her industry mother, like fairy godmother. I love that.
Backing Teyana Taylor because they love to try to say that, Black women are angry, they have issues, they want to start problems, they want to start mess, X, Y, and Z. No. Clearly, the security guard was in the wrong, messing with her. So I'm so glad that people came out to support Teyana Taylor. Mm-hmm. And yeah, sorry to that man who did that.
People keep saying Teyana Taylor was doing too much at the Oscars. Maybe she doing too much because y'all ain't doing enough. Personally, I don't think she did enough. If it was me, I'd probably been up there flashing my titties. You can't.
Nigga, you flashing your titties now. I love it.
Take me nowhere, though. She was just nominated for an Oscar. The movie she was in just won Best Picture. I wouldn't give a damn if Teyana Taylor did the bank hand bounce and dropped it like it's hot in front of Barbra Streisand. She deserved it. That's a big achievement. Y'all may not always like who the Oscars give their awards to, but at the end of the day, it's the most prestigious award that an actor or an actress can receive. So they deserve to show some excitement. Let's talk about doing too much. How about when you graduate from college? We so excited for you. You ready to turn up. And we ask you, what was your major? Business. You have a graduation party. You dancing all on the chairs, twerking all on the table, showing your ass. Because that was something that you achieved. Even though your degree wasn't in shit but business. We didn't tell you shouldn't be celebrating like that. Only somebody who became a doctor should be celebrating like that. You see how I just dumbed your achievement down? That didn't feel good to you, did it? Stop trying to dumb people's achievements down and trying to tell them how they should act and celebrate. Y'all be the main ones, have us acting a fool, jumping around in the circle when Junior take his first steps. Junior 5 motherfucking years old. Junior should have been walking.
Damn. And for those who are talking about, to the fellow Haitian sis who said Teyana Taylor was just acting like a fool and embarrassing, Teyana Taylor was joyous and toasting people and clapping for people and being supportive even when she lost herself and being a team player. She was showing exuberance, and then she, in a very classy and reasonable way, set a boundary when a stranger manhandled her and attacked her physical space. If you got a problem with her, baby, you don't ever want to be around me socially. If you have a problem with Teyana Taylor, I'm telling you this right the fuck now. If you have a problem with Teyana Taylor showing joy, you don't ever want to be around Blue Telusma. I promise you. Because when my friends are up, God help me, I'm the obnoxious one with the pom-poms fucking twerking. I'm that friend. I'm the Teyana Taylor of my friend group. Bridget gets embarrassed to tell me stuff because she knows I'm about to tell everybody. Did you hear my friend doing the thing? Do the little dance to Marcus. I'm one of those. Right? I'm one of those. And so just know, if you don't like Black Girl Joy, then you don't, if you don't fuck with Teyana, you don't fuck with me. Oh, wait, Tony, friend, her joy unsettles them because it exposes their limits. Watching Teyana shine at the Oscars is too loud for their comfort. This is a word, Tony. A Black woman thriving without permission disrupts everything they built to contain her. That is why it bothers them. Friend, that is the perfect way to end this. Not only having the final word, shout out to everybody in here who's been dropping love. And I also want you guys to know, I was not going to do the Teyana thing, but I realized that as a joyous Black woman in spaces that are exalted, who often gets judged for not code switching and still getting in the fucking room, that's why y'all really mad. As someone who doesn't code switch, because people are like, well, Blue, you sure you don't code switch? You in academic spaces. I'm a Black person from Boston. I'm going to be half hood, half academic just because of where I'm from. I don't code switch, though. I talk like this all the fucking time. Yes? Right? So if you are someone who wants to say that you cannot stomach a joyous Black woman who does not code switch and so gets into the room, you have to tell yourself and be honest with yourself, that's more about you than about her. Because whatever she's doing, it's actually working for her. Whatever she's doing, it's working for her. It'd be one thing if she was miserable and you were critiquing her because her life was in shambles. But why are you so worried about somebody who's winning? Why are you so fucking concerned about somebody who's winning? Yeah, like I said, I know what you are. Wait, somebody said Mike's in here? Where's Mike? Oh, where's my cousin at? Mike's in here. Mike, if you in here, say something, friend, so I can see your face. Y'all know that Mike is my Haitian cousin. So if he's in here, Mike, I love you. Somebody said, Tony says, I will always be here. Stand up for Black women. Tony, you do. And guys, are y'all ready for the next topic of today? Mike, if you are in here, we are going to be talking about, FD didn't like the film. Okay. He didn't like the film. Thank you. We're going to be talking about one of Mike's friends. Oh, Mike, you are in here. Mike, not you showing up just before we talk about your homeboy. Ooh, that's awkward. Yes, the Blue Crew does love Mike. For those who don't know, Mike Goyo is an amazing showrunner, writer, all-around badass human, and Leo man. He's one of the few Leo men that redeemed the rest of y'all. Be happy. Guys, you ready? We're about to talk about... It's about to get awkward. Mike, we're talking about your friend.
Remember this guy that decided he no longer...
We're talking about Desmond Scott. Let's get into it. Whoo! We're talking about Desmond Scott. Let's get into it. Desmond, what in the fuck? Desmond, be careful. Because you playing in a field that you don't fully understand. No, he's not friends with Huda. We're not talking about Huda. We're talking about Mike. We're talking about Desmond. Desmond. For those who don't know, Desmond Scott, the estranged, soon to be, if not already, ex-husband of Christy Scott, because sources don't take time getting rid of you. Yes, Mike, it's Desmond. We're talking about Desmond, friend. Yeah, we're talking about Desmond. Desmond Scott is a Capricorn man who was married to a Taurus woman who made sure that he was good until he wasn't. And we've already had some rigorous discourse around their relationship. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. If you want to look up the Desmond Scott and Christy Scott divorce video, it's somewhere on my timeline. Just Google and look it up. But Desmond, shockingly, has reappeared on my timeline, and I wasn't ready for this. I was not ready for this.
He wanted to be a husband, and he wanted to separate from his wife, and he wanted to cheat on his wife for reasons that we don't know, because they have decided to keep the reasons of their divorce under wraps. Well, we know for Christy filing it was because he was cheating on her, but for him asking her for a separation only in December, he never gave us a reason as to why. I said it was a midlife crisis, and you guys said I was wrong. I just want you guys to listen to this interview with TMZ and the girl that he was caught on camera kissing.
Remember that girl that Desmond was caught mouth fucking at the Hope restaurant? Suspiciously right after y'all called him gay, now he's mouth fucking in public. Okay. I want to see the rest of Desmond's chart because this is not Capricorn behavior. Capricorns are usually up. I am confusion. Okay. But yeah, Desmond, the girl that he was mouth fucking and who then went on TMZ talking about Christy was not a good wife, even though she had just met him the day before. How do you know about Christy's business, bitch? You just met this man. Well, now Desmond has gotten rid of her, and now suddenly she wants to spill tea. You guys, stop. You know, I told you 40% of the people who come in here do not know the story that I'm about to share, and they're coming here for a story time. 60% of you know. The 60 who know, do not let your ego have you jumping to show us how much you know by posting spoilers in the comments. It's obnoxious. If you in the last 2 minutes have rushed to tell the entire story before I could tell it on here, you're being obnoxious. 40% of the people here are going to be hearing this for the first time, and you're ruining it for them. Stop that. Stop that. It's obnoxious. Please, I'm begging you, stop that. And I'm saying stop it not because of my ego. We've gotten complaints. We've gotten complaints about y'all doing that. Let people sip on the show. Let them enjoy the show. Please, no spoilers. Yes, the 40% hates when y'all do that. I'm just the messenger. The 40% comes here for a show and y'all like to ruin it. Imagine being in a movie and the lady next to you keeps telling you what's about to happen. You call her a donkey. Social media, I just want to point this out for like the umpteenth time. Social media makes us normalize donkey behavior. Things that would make you an obnoxious cow in real life are normalized on social media. I feel like this might be one of the few spaces where we call it out. I'm trying to re-socialize y'all. I'm not shaming you. I'm just making you understand how much social media has completely taken away your basic decorum. All right? Love you. Yes, the 40% are all getting real loud now. Let's go back to the story time. Let's watch this.
Look, I won't deny that. Even though he couldn't come with me publicly, he still gave me his card to go on an unlimited shopping spree.
Oh, really?
Desmond, you gave the girl that you were mouth fucking at the bar 5 minutes after your divorce announcement a shopping spree? Desmond, well, whose money? Because Desmond, we got friends in common, Desmond, and I've been talking to our friends in common, Desmond. Whose money was it, Desmond?
How far into the relationship did he start, showering you with gifts?
Oh, this was like the day after we met.
Desmond, you gave this lady a shopping spree the day after y'all met.
What the fuck, man?
What? Okay, wait. So we posted the videos of you guys making out. That was the first time you met.
So the day they were exposed and hard launched to the world, mouth fucking, was the day they met. The very next day, she got a shopping spree. What kind of tongue she got? Can she make a cherry into a little bow? Can she do, like, is she doing tricks? What is she doing?
The following day, he gives you his credit card and says, buy whatever you want.
Basically.
Oh! No! No!
By the way, this is my ADHD edit. Also, I don't want to get a copyright, so I have to stop the video every couple of seconds just for the sake of that.
Probably hush money, but I also didn't.
What you mean probably hush money, though? Now, hold on. Wait, somebody said big trick energy. Baby, how you tricking with somebody else's money, allegedly? How you tricking from your allowance? Desmond, are you not embarrassed?
Really realized the situation publicly until that time when he couldn't come like shopping with me in person.
Did anybody else hear that? When he couldn't come with me in person? Bitch, I see what you did there. I'm your private dancer. Dancer for money. She said hush money and then said come with 3 U's right afterwards. Bitch, I see what you
And then what did you buy yourself? Or I guess, what did he buy you?
Bags, of course, what every girl wants.
Bitch, hold on. Aren't you like a nursing student? You ain't got tuition. You bought. Let me just play.
Bags, clothes.
Did he have a maximum of how much you could spend? 100K, or did he say unlimited?
Lower than that, like.
So I love how the white woman says 100K, right? Because when we get tricked on, it's about 100K. She said, no, it was lower than that. Baby, of course it was lower than that, okay? He only gets with so much allowance. How much was it?
25K, something like that.
Oh, 25K.
This, be nice. I'm finding it.
Uh-huh.
It take you that long to find it? It does.
Desmond. I'm not a forensic accountant, but if you spending 25K tricking on women that you met the night before, and you give her hush money because you couldn't come to the event with her. What part of Jehovah's Witness is this, Desmond? Because Desmond's a whole Jehovah's Witness. What part of the temple because y'all had said that he didn't really cheat. He just had to cheat because the Jehovah's Witnesses had said that he had to cheat to get a divorce. So he's a good man, Savannah. He had no choice. What part of the game is tricking on college students with $25K from your allowance? What part of the game is that?
So we broke the story that Desmond is now casually dating Dana Tran, who's Diddy's ex.
They're interviewing his rebound girl because there's been reports that Desmond Scott is dating Sean P. Diddy, hanging by the ankles, Combs' ex-girlfriend / baby mama. Desmond, respectfully, Sean P. Diddy Combs has modeled his entire life after Nino Brown. Sean Diddy tried to allegedly unalive Suge Knight. Sean Diddy allegedly hired the Crips to take out Tupac and Biggie. Of all the rebound puss in the world, of all the light brights, racially ambiguous women in the world, there were so many other bitches. Oh, bon Dieu. Desmond, man, look, I don't fuck with you like that. I also want you to be safe. Desmond, I know this is your first time outside since you were 15 and you met Christy and she let you get your dick wet for the first time. But player, this is a whole different tax bracket and rarefied air and goon street shit that you ain't never.
The tea is exceptionally good today.
I'm nervous.
Who made this?
What is your reaction to him
Hold on, y'all. I see an insect that came into my house and I have to go murder it. So I might let this play while I go kill whatever the fuck just crawled into my house. Hold on.
Her.
Definitely seems a little out of character for him. It surprised me because I saw that name pop up on his phone, but he never answered the calls when I was with him, so I didn't know who it was or care. But I did see that a while back.
So you see, I'm not going to say anything because a lot of women was like, oh, Christy is so annoying. I would have left her too. You know, it was about time. But going from Christy's...
Sorry, guys. One of the things that Bridget and I have in common is that we become very homicidal when we see bugs. I just killed the fuck out of whatever that 8-legged thing was in my living room. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm a lady. All right, let's go back to watching the video.
Sarah? Like, and then going from this to the, I wouldn't even touch anything, anybody after Diddy. Like, I mean, okay. I have just one genuine question. Why is it that when you guys decide that you want to destroy your family, it's never to level up? It's always a step down.
Here's the thing about questions like this. Why is it never to level up? Sometimes the height of the level is part of why they sabotaged it. When someone, I'm going to make this gender neutral, it's not just men, but when someone is in a relationship that surpasses what they think they deserve, when somebody's in a relationship that surpasses what they think they can sustain, they have to go downward because it was too high to begin with. Ladies, stop being confused that you're too much for somebody and so they go find somebody who's less. That's just math. I actually completely understand why somebody who was cold in the shadow of Christy would find someone who he doesn't have to worry about being in the shadow of because he can trick on her for $25K. That makes total sense to me, actually.
From what you had. And listen to what she said, I think.
And just in case Desmond is watching this interview right now, is there anything you want to say to him?
First of all, saying just in case Desmond, you know for a fact Desmond's watching this interview. He ain't got nothing else to do. All he's doing is making Vietnamese meals for his new Diddy's girl, ex baby mamas, whatever, and like hanging out at the rodeo. Of course, Desmond saw this. Are you kidding me? And she knew he was going to see it. And listen to what she says.
Diddy's out soon, so be careful.
Yikes. Diddy's out soon, so be careful is wild. Diddy's out. Desmond. I am concerned. You know, like all jokes aside, I know people who are tied to Diddy and I've seen the fear in their eyes. I told you about, we had Tiffany Red in here. Tiffany Red was here when we did the Diddy documentary breakdown. Tiffany Red, for those of you who don't know, is Cassie's best friend who helped her when she was filing the case against Diddy. Tiffany Red also sued Sean P. Diddy Combs, right? Me and Tiffany were supposed to travel somewhere together, and she had concerns around her safety while Sean P. Diddy Combs was out. So I know for a fact, up close and personal, that you do not want to fuck with Diddy, even from behind bars. Desmond, man. Ugh. Play clown games.
Damn, Desmond. Slow down.
Mm-mm.
I know you thought the streets was calling you, but you got a little bit too much dip on your chip.
Yeah.
According to some really reliable sources that went to TMZ, Desmond Scott is dating Diddy's baby mama. Diddy's baby mama. First of all,
where does Desmond Scott even find his baby mama? Like, what? I made it a point not to call my Desmond and Christy Scott source because I actually like not knowing. The minute I heard Diddy, I didn't want to know nothing else. So I could have found some answers. I actually am okay minding my business.
I'm scared for you.
I'm scared too.
And you should be scared too. Because did you hear what happened to Kid Cudi? Did you hear, allegedly, did you hear what Kid Cudi said about his home and his car? Maybe you missed the trial, but I think you need to slow down.
Yeah.
It was just a few weeks ago that we seen you making out with old girl in the club. Making out like you was on an episode of Boy Meets World. Like it was High School Musical.
Yeah.
And now you dating Diddy's baby mama. I think you got to slow down. You're moving too fast.
Wait a minute. We know that 50 Cent has a vendetta against Diddy, not just because Diddy made passes at him, but also because Diddy ended up dating his baby mama, his love of his life baby mama. And now Desmond is dating Diddy's baby's mama. Why is there like a group chat or an app where everybody finds Diddy's baby mamas? Like, why are they always the target of something? I find this very suspicious.
I guess he gearing up for a hot boy summer.
And Desmond actually came out and made a statement and said, no, it was only a $4,000 purse. Yeah, but you told her it was a 20.
Child, it's not Raya. Quiet as it's kept. Raya is usually C-list people. Respectfully, everybody can go on Raya, but the majority of the celebrities on Raya are usually C-list people, C or D-list. A lot of the A-list people get on there really quickly and get right off. Like there was a young lady one time, Ben Affleck tried to DM her and she ran her mouth, and so he ran off of there. So there used to be a lot of A-list and B-list people on Raya, but every time they would try to hit somebody up, the people would talk. So right now, what's the majority of it? I'm not saying it's everybody, but the majority of Raya is not A-list people anymore.
$25,000 limit. She thought y'all were building on something, so she didn't want you to think that she was only in it for the money.
So apparently Desmond came out and said, I only spent $4,000 on her. Yes, you offered her $25K, but she was trying to play the long game. She didn't know that you were about to fuck Diddy's ex right afterwards. For those who ask them what Raya is, it's a dating app for celebrities and A-list people and public figures.
So she bought a modest purse. Your team told her to stay quiet about your relationship for 6 months. To which...
Wait, Desmond's team allegedly told old mouthfuck girl to stay quiet for 6 months about their relationship, and the relationship didn't even last 6 weeks. This is diabolical.
Say with this girl, are you dumb? Actually, let me take that back. She's not. She's just like, what is she, 24 years old? That's why Desmond's like, whatever.
Yes.
What is he the president? Why would you stay quiet about his relationship for 6 months when you came out and was in the street defending him, talking trash about Christy?
You were talking trash about Christy. Now you up here talking trash about his next girl. Yeah, you young as hell, babe.
And by the way, she says that Desmond was doing nothing but being miserable and telling her all Christy's business. Y'all, listen, we're going to stop.
I actually believe her that Desmond was telling her Christy's business, because right after TMZ had identified who she was talking about, you know, when you dated a guy or you dated a girl, whoever you dated, and y'all fall out, and their next partner, the next person they date, is talking about you with bass in their voice about your business, and you could tell it was pillow talk involved because there's a sense of authority and ownership that they have around your narrative that only somebody who feels privy to your business would have. That's how she was talking about Christy. She was saying things about Christy's marriage, their kids, Desmond's feelings within 48 hours of meeting him. So I think the $25,000 shopping spree that she only spent $4K on, and all the pillow talk and whatever else happened after the mouth fucking that we saw on camera, made her feel emboldened to have his back. So yeah, I'm inclined to believe her just because she's a young bird. Young birds like to chirp. They like to check.
We are going to stop with this Desmond Scott mess because at the end of the day, I am telling you, here's what I think happened.
What happened?
I think that Christy spent years painting the image of the perfect family and the perfect man and made Desmond that perfect family, perfect man. And I think Desmond was always like this because it's amazing to me that, like, everybody's like, he just needs to be free. That ninja been acting like he's free. Don't nobody
I'm not going to say too much, but from what I've heard, she's not off. I'll just say that.
go out in the streets that bad. You are messing with Diddy's baby mama. Get this. I have the receipts. They've been in each other's comments since November flirting.
When she said I have the receipts, they've been in the comments since November flirting. I took that person. I was like, well, bitch, I would like some receipts. So I did some digging. Y'all know how I am. I would like some receipts. I did some digging. And sure enough, Desmond, out of nowhere, a couple of months ago, started making Vietnamese food. Talking about, this is my first time making pho. Now, Desmond, why would you be suddenly out of nowhere be trying to learn how to make Vietnamese foods, Desmond?
Cooking a Vietnamese dish known as tit kha, which
a Vietnamese meal, no, and this is not like, pho or egg rolls. This is like a deep cut. This is the kind of shit if you actually are hanging with a Vietnamese person, not just going to a Vietnamese restaurant. Now, why would he be doing that?
is a Vietnamese braised pork belly dish. And
so I had to cut the sound out because of the music. But right here he's saying it's my first time making it. I've never made it before. I hope this tastes good. X, Y, and Z. It's so fragrant. And look in the comments. Look who's in the comments. It's Dana, Diddy's baby mama, saying, Toko done right. And Desmond has 2 of the mouth drooling emojis. Now, if you've ever dated a fuckboy who is trying to keep it cool with emojis while talking to one of his bitches from his roster, this is what it looks like. Wait, somebody said a beard full of lies, dish full of lies, just lies. Y'all, Desmond is working really hard for us to know that he's a straight man. Please stop. Please stop. Somebody said they're guilty, Your Honor. So, the lady said there was receipts. Receipts were found. Oh no, I accidentally clicked too far ahead. Hold on, let me click back to the Vietnamese food. All right, the receipts were found. They have been flirting in the comments for a very, very long time. And I wanted to make sure, is she even Vietnamese? Because I was like, is she Vietnamese? Because sometimes y'all are a little racist. You think all Asian people look alike. No, she's very Vietnamese.
Everyone who knows me knows Lunar New Year is my
She's Vietnamese and Chinese, and made it a point that her and Diddy's baby, a little Blasian girl named Love, were celebrating Chinese New Year together. She's Vietnamese and Chinese. Also, more receipts, because we couldn't just have one. First of all, she's a beautiful woman. She is in the comments again flirting. If you saw that clip, you can pause it. It's them flirting in the comments. She then recently posted from the Houston rodeo. Made all these pictures. And guess who just happened to be at the rodeo posting at the exact same time? I know that's not who I think it is. Now, one could say this is a circumstantial case. This is the fucking internet, okay? This is enough for me. And their outfits almost look color coordinated. Somebody said, I'll take Desmond for $200, Alex. Yeah, come on, y'all. I was like, this is just internet fodder because ain't no fucking way Desmond Scott just left a 10-year marriage with a Jehovah's Witness to then suddenly do this. And it looks like maybe, y'all, the receipt's not looking good. It's not looking good.
All right, child, the moment.
Speaking of the Houston rodeo, y'all like that segue? While Desmond Scott was running around eating fritters with Diddy's baby mama, hoping that the ops don't come and get him, Miss Tina, oh man, another one of Mike's faves. Miss Tina, by the way, I love Miss Tina. She's always been lovely to me. I'm very cool with several members of her team. They've always been lovely to me. So I'm merely reporting. I'm not saying I agree with anything I'm about to say. I'm just doing my job. Miss Tina recently announced that she would be selling her famous gumbo at the Houston rodeo. $26 for a pint of gumbo. Somebody said, not the gumbo. Somebody, wait a minute. That's what I'm talking about. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Right? So while Desmond was running around with these baby mama, Miss Tina was serving up gumbo that was allegedly giving people food poisoning and the shits. Allegedly. When I was compiling what hot topics to talk about today, Miss Tina making a Beyonce fan shit the bed was not on my list. If you've ever had food poisoning, particularly the bad seafood kind, that's a very intimate kind of bubble gut. Not all bubble guts are created equal, right? Not all. Somebody said it's a $26. Y'all, come on! I'm trying to do my job. Okay, this is serious journalism. Thank you, Fred. Okay, so let's discuss why people are accusing Miss Tina of blowing out the booty holes of all of Houston. Never thought I would come on here and say that sentence, and yet here we are. Let's first start off with you guys. I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I'm delirious from all that stuff that happened with me in my Atlanta flight. I think I'm delirious. Let's get into this. Let's start on the positive note. I want to be fair. Because if those people are lying on Miss Tina, I'm gonna feel really bad. If she's absolved of this, I want to leave room for Miss Tina being innocent. I hope she's innocent. I really pray Miss Tina's innocent, because again, every time I see that lady, she's lovely, she's kind, she gives you like mommy energy. Miss Tina and Debbie Allen, whenever you're around them, you feel like you're their daughter or their niece. Okay? When I met Debbie Allen, she walked up to me and said, "Hey, baby, how's your mama?" Debbie Allen ain't never met me. She don't even know my mama. I said, "She's fine. Thank you, Miss Debbie." Like, she's one of those, right? So I'm gonna try to be fair. I'm not gonna be biased, right? Just because Mike and I go to London every other year to go see Beyonce, I might be slightly biased because I love Beyonce, but I am going to do my best to do my job. All right, let's start with the positive note. This is what it was like when we first. Somebody said 1, 2, 3, release them. This is what happened when Miss Tina was first announced to be selling her famous gumbo. Mind you, if I could afford it, because I'm still trying to get all that money back I lost from Atlanta, I too would fly to Houston for a day trip for some gumbo. Because I now am curious about, is this true or are y'all just lying on Miss Tina?
The truth, y'all been asking Mama Tina's gumbo, this and that. It's all over the internet. Well, the man with the master plan, the foodie king himself, had to come try it out. We got shrimp. Look like it's crab in there. Oh, it's a whole crab in there. Y'all see what's going on. Ooh. What y'all think? Y'all had it yet? No. Let me see.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Okay. Y'all know I like to intentionally not watch videos like these. I cut them up because I want to react with you. So we're all experiencing this together. Let's see.
That's good. Hold on.
Oh. That cough just pinged something in my head, but let's continue.
A little kick to it too. Smoked sausage. I know them sausage smoked up in there.
Oh, I know that face. This is the face you make when a black person has put too much salt in the food. I know that face. Somebody said, "Blue, I'm doing my nightly face wash and I just got soap in my eye." Because what you mean blowing out booty holes? Look, I'm just reporting. Y'all, when someone eats something and makes that face and then talks about a smoked meat, that is black code for spicy and salty. It's usually black code for a little too spicy or salty. As someone who's had to do this, Miss Tina, I'm concerned this is salty. I don't know why my spirit is telling me this is salty.
They said they ain't had it yet, but they in line for this Mama Tina's gumbo. It's good, y'all. I'm not from New Orleans. I can't tell you what.
He said it's good, y'all, but I'm not from New Orleans. Baby, baby. I once made some black-eyed peas where I put too much smoked turkey necks in there. My foot would tingle every time I took a sip. Every time I took a sip, my left toe would go. I'm getting sympathy toe tingles watching this for some reason.
So thick roux and all that, well, I think it's pretty good, y'all.
And we got her chicken and sausage.
Ooh. I'm sorry. Just give me a second. She looked like her daddy. So sorry. I think I'm delirious. Y'all, I think I'm going to let this one play without me.
Oh, baby, we about to try it. Mama T's chicken and sausage gumbo. Let's see.
Rate it from 1 to 10.
From 1 to 10, I'll give it about a 5. I think mine tastes better than this, actually. But it's good. It has a lot of meat in it and a lot of, chicken and sausage.
I don't know if it's just me, but I've been seeing everybody eating.
Okay, I'm back. I tell y'all all the time, the God is still working on me. Remember me different. Y'all, no, that was not an affront to anybody. I'm just face sensitive. Okay, it's part of my tism. Remember me different. Okay. Let me gather myself. Remember me different. I just wasn't ready. I wasn't judging. I was just perceiving, and I spiritually was not ready. No, like I feel like that should have came with a trigger warning. Okay. I'm very face sensitive. I feel so bad. I really don't have any ugly friends. I'm sorry. Okay. You're right. I am wrong as hell. Remember me different. I'm a human being. I would never come on here and say I'm perfect. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That caught me off guard. I was in a rush when I was picking the clips, and I wasn't really okay. Okay, back to this.
Mama Tina gumbo and stuff like that. The roux look way too dark. Like the roux's supposed to be a peanut butter color. That look like gravy, like a roast gravy. Like that roux is too dark. You can't even see the gumbo. It's not the same consistency. You only get 3 shrimp. Girl.
Oh, wait, for $26, I need more than 3 shrimp. Now hold on. Oh, sorry, I'm back. For $26, I'm gonna need more than 3 shrimp. Now I will say this. This video, I had to watch in its entirety because once I started, I said, I know she's not about to go where I think she's about to go. Apparently, there's mixed reviews on Miss Tina. There's the man who was with the tingling toes who said it was delicious. There's the other lady who, I'm not going to hold you. I don't know what she said because I had to recuse myself. And then there's a woman saying that there's 3 shrimp. This person, I think they identify as a she. I don't want to misidentify people's gender identity. This person, they are now coming up with the hypothesis that I did not expect during my research for this live. I thought I was going to have people who liked the gumbo, people who didn't like the gumbo, right? Y'all, apparently there's a third category. Apparently there is a third category, not based on people who liked it or didn't like it, but people who are convinced that Miss Tina's gumbo is a scheme that Todd set up.
I have a question for all you idiots that are eating this gumbo from Beyonce's mama, from Miss Tina, or Tam, whatever the fuck that lady name is. I don't even give a fuck. I have a question for y'all. Nobody is spiritually conscious enough to know that that shit is bullshit and that shit... Here's the thing. Let me put it like this. We are destroying the veil. We have destroyed the veil. We have awakened in the masses. We are raising the vibration of this.
Now, hold on. We're still talking about gumbo, right? Now y'all see why I had to keep playing the video. I thought we were talking about gumbo. What you mean raising the veil?
To where they can no longer do their rituals that they've been doing in the music industry. This is all hypothetical, TikTok, entertainment purposes only. Listen to what I'm saying. They cannot do what they've been doing. And here it is, this rich ass woman that you can basically say is a fucking billionaire.
Oh, it's a self-hitting stud. Okay, my confusion is gone.
It's popping up all over the place with little pop-up shops selling gumbo. Around the time where they cannot do any of the things they've been doing with people's spirits, souls, and bodies. You get what I'm saying? And then here it is, y'all are eating this shit. And as soon as y'all eat it, y'all immediately getting sick to where motherfuckers is getting hospitalized. Motherfuckers is throwing up every fucking thing that they probably ate years ago.
That's called food poisoning. I don't think that's witchcraft. When the food come out your vagina, I've had that. That wasn't witchcraft. It was bad KFC. Oh, bon Dieu. Y'all, I'm a spiritual girly. I actually am a witch by lineage. For those who don't know, the Cuban side of my family practices Santeria. So it's in my bloodline. I'm psychic. I have a third eye. I have a gift. I have hundreds of clients that I speak to. I make spiritual baths. I'm a good witch. I help people. So I'm not saying that I'm not someone who understands that there's a spiritual realm. And though, if Miss Tina was going to be a lugau, a monster, and who was going to do witchcraft, I don't think it'd be with gumbo that comes out your booty cheek.
This shit is tearing y'all the fuck up. And nobody stopped to think that maybe this is a spell. Maybe this is another way to collect souls.
She collecting souls for their booty holes? How you collecting the soul when all of you is coming out into the toilet and being flushed? Here's my thing. I like to play along with science fiction, but the storyline, like Mike's in here, he's a showrunner, he's a writer. There's a plot hole in this. How are you collecting souls by making people eat gumbo that comes right out? Are the souls being collected in the toilet bowl and then shipped to Beyonce's house? I want to be able to play along. I like Game of Thrones. I can play along, but I want to be able to play along. I want to be able to suspend reality and have the storyboard make sense to me. Talk to me like I'm 5. How do you collect souls when they're being flushed?
Maybe this is another way to get what they need to continue their rituals without it being obvious.
A lot of y'all don't even see what's going on. Beyonce mama is in Houston selling gumbo. I wouldn't eat nothing from that lady. I wouldn't drink a cup of water from that lady.
What did I miss? So y'all hate Jay-Z, which means you hate Beyonce, which means Miss Tina can't make you no gumbo. I thought we were going to be talking about like the health department. How did we get here?
A lot of y'all are lining up because y'all are so blind. Y'all don't have the eyes to see, and y'all idolize Beyonce so much that y'all like, oh, that's her mama. I ate some gumbo from Beyonce mama. I had some gumbo by Beyonce mama. You don't know what that lady doing to that gumbo. Those who have the eyes to see.
What do you think she's doing to the gumbo? I need y'all to explain it to me. I am confusion. I actually really do want to play along, but I sincerely am confusion. Somebody said, now hold on. What did y'all say? Somebody said, Blue, you're making me realize that I'm a face queen as well, just like being nice and believing everyone is made in their own way. Oh, yeah. Y'all be nice. We're not doing this. Let's go back to the witchcraft and the hocus pocus and the gumbo.
Right through these people. You can see the demons in these people. If you really
Wait, what? There's demons now? I don't get it. I always find it funny how hyper devout Christians, the ones that scare other Christians, are more like obsessed with demons than actual witches. Huh.
you have the eyes to see.
The fact that y'all went to the Houston rodeo and decided to eat Tina Knowles gumbo is diabolical.
Huh?
And it lets me know that y'all really are monkey see, monkey do ass.
Now, why we gotta be monkeys, though? Maybe we just like gumbo. I love gumbo. Why we gotta be monkeys? Now, I don't know how I feel about this Creole lady calling us monkeys just because we want some soup. Y'all ruin everything. I swear to God.
And y'all do not think for yourselves. And now everybody's sick. First of all,
It's called food poisoning. You guys, food poisoning is not demons. Oh my God, I want more for us. There's so many times the Epstein files were right there. And you, in a world where rich white men are eating babies, you are focused on Miss Tina at the Houston Rodeo selling $26 cups, pints of gumbo to niggas.
Gumbo do not take 16 to 18 hours to cook.
I guess demons take 16 to 18 hours.
Flaw number 1.
Okay.
Flaw number 2, who the hell cooks gumbo in the heat? Nobody. Third of all, why the hell would a wealthy woman be at the Houston Rodeo selling $25 bowls of gumbo?
It's called a passion project. A lot of people who are rich and don't have to work for money work for pleasure. Maybe that's a foreign concept to you. Good luck with your rent. What the fuck?
And ain't none of y'all got no footage of her trying that gumbo. But because this Beyonce's mama, y'all gonna go buy it. Y'all gonna try it. Lord, just come and take the world over.
Maybe Lord should just come and take you. You guys, these are not compelling arguments. Y'all, be nice. Be nice. She really did think she ate. You know what's so funny? It's always fascinating watching people with unintelligent arguments be smug. I don't know why I'm always so fascinated by it. Faux intellectuals are... You know when you used to watch American Idol and somebody who couldn't sing had all the audacity in the world and all the vigor, everything but a voice? The problem with TikTok is everybody's an expert.
At this point.
How did you learn to make gumbo?
I made gumbo with my mom.
This is our good friend Scott Evans eating gumbo with Miss Tina. I know Scott. I love Scott. He didn't seem to see no demons.
My family absolutely loved gumbo, but it was a lot of work. It's a lot of chopping. It's a lot of sauteing. The roux, making the roux.
Can't tell you how many times I messed up a roux.
I know.
Hey, y'all, this your grand.
But to me, I think if Miss Tina's gumbo actually has gone bad, because I'm not going to be an apologist just because she's a celebrity, I don't think it's demons. I think it just might be the roux. I know that's not as sexy as the witch's brew that comes out your ass and collects your soul through the toilet bowl to send to Beyonce's house. I know it's not as fun as that, but I think it just might be bad roux.
Your TikTok granny. Let me tell you guys something. Do you guys know that people that are from New Orleans and Louisiana, they know what gumbo tastes like?
Yeah.
They know how to make gumbo. It's the roux.
Yeah.
It's the roux. And the roux didn't even look right at Mama Tina's gumbo. It didn't even look right. And the thing about it is people shouldn't be getting mad, because let me tell you, the best.
Is gumbo really good? One of the most diabolical and dishonest people I've ever met in my life makes the best gumbo I've ever tasted. And the last time I saw him, I said, hey, can I get some gumbo? He said, I've already put it away. Come get some tomorrow. To this day, I regret not grabbing some gumbo from that man's house. Me and the girls are considering, throat chakra blocking up. Me and the girls are considering going to New Orleans for my birthday. We're debating it, but if I do, I'm getting some beignets and a big old vat of gumbo.
That's people talking about people from Louisiana can't make no gumbo. They make the gumbo.
They do make the gumbo.
Louisiana folks make the gumbo. And let me tell you something. If that roux, if it been sitting out, that's why people that are thickly from New Orleans, my family, I got relatives in Baton Rouge. Let me tell you something. They make the best gumbo in Louisiana. And if them people from Louisiana went to the rodeo and said that it was like a stew, whatever, Louisiana people know about gumbo. You guys got to get your history together. That just looking at it, I wouldn't have ate it. That's just me. It don't have nothing to do. I don't care if it was Mama.
I said my wife friend make me some cream of gumbo. Wait, what? And it looked like white chicken chili. Baby, did you eat it? Did you eat it?
Tina, I don't care if it's Mamacita. I don't give a dang who it was. First of all, people that are from New Orleans, they don't even be eating gumbo in the summertime like that. It's like they eat it mostly in the wintertime. And the reason being is because it'll spoil real fast. Yeah. I would never eat gumbo in the heat. Heck no. That ain't nothing but a recipe for getting sick and giving you the bubble guts. I don't know. What's y'all thoughts in the comments? Them people from New Orleans ain't lying. If they said...
I'm gonna be honest, guys. Her gumbo look like all the gumbo I've ever seen, so I'm missing what people are responding to. And for those who are saying it should have been peanut butter colored, it was too dark. Filters exist, lighting exists. I'm not sure.
The gumbo wasn't no good, Mama Tina's. It just wasn't no good. You just gotta just. Everybody can't make gumbo.
Jay-Z, you really should have just left Drake and Nicki alone, because you got these people so mad at you that they are traveling all the way to Houston, Texas, just to go buy a $27 gumbo from Mama Tina, all to make a video and say that gumbo ain't shit.
I never thought about that, but the idea that it might be some Barb's and Drake apologists who are intentionally trying the gumbo and slamming it as a way to get back at the Carter family, that's an interesting theory that to me sounds a little bit more plausible than witchcraft.
Just leave them people alone, Jay-Z, okay? Because that takes dedication.
Okay, I went to the rodeo on Friday, and of course, I had a list, and Mama's Tina's gumbo was on there. And I went, the line was so long, I just turned around. So my friend's husband went, and he got me some of the gumbo. I got the chicken and sausage one, and I just love my friend's husband. I may not have one, but...
Y'all, I actually think I'm about to order some gumbo, so don't judge me. I'm such a fucking tourist. We've been talking about gumbo so much. Is Harold still open? I'm about to order some gumbo.
My friends do, and they be looking out for me. I don't know about y'all. I don't mind being the single friend. I still get the perks, and let's try it together. I like it. I think it's flavorful.
Big slur.
Give you a look. Look at it in the inside. You got the bay leaf.
I'm not gonna hold you. Every time y'all say it's flavorful, I'm convinced y'all saying salty. I don't know why the spirit of salty. Maybe it's the hypertension got me a little hyper focused on sodium. Every time y'all say flavorful, my toe starts to tingle. Miss Tina, I love you. I have concerns that my doctor wouldn't let me eat your gumbo.
Yeah, I think it's good. I've seen people complaining about it and saying it's not, but for me, it's flavorful. I love it. I feel like I'm eating something Beyonce ate when she was younger. So basically, I feel even closer to her.
Now, bitch, I really don't believe you. Now I know that shit was salty. I feel closer to Beyonce eating 3 shrimp.
And we were walking for dear life to find Mama's Tina's gumbo, but way in the back you'll find it, and it's $25 for the seafood gumbo. Like I mentioned in my other videos, the gumbo is good. It just doesn't have the traditional flavor profiles of what we all think of as gumbo. It featured a beef sausage, and I think the smokiness of that dominated the flavor.
I knew it. Oh, I knew it. See, there's beef sausage and the smokiness. That's salty. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I think it's a toe tingler. I can't shake the feeling. I would try it with a huge glass of water. I would try it. It might taste good, but something's telling me it should have salty.
Back the shrimp and crab notes that we are used to. But it actually came together for a tasty bite.
By the way, if anybody from Tina's team see this, I'm just joking. Please give me some gumbo. There's one person in particular I think might see this. I love you, friend. I would like some gumbo. I'm just playing.
Sorry if y'all thought I was going to trash it. Y'all know I like everything.
I got the food for you. What does it say? You tried Mama Tina's gumbo and that's all you ate and you ended up with food poisoning before going home. Yikes.
We outside. KK. We outside. We at the rodeo.
Wow, John.
The Houston Health Department temporarily shut down Mama Tina's gumbo booth at the...
Now, this is where shit got tricky. I was on Tina's side. I was going to say, well, unless I can go to, Houston and try it myself. Who knows? It's taste is subjective. But then the health department got involved. And there is debate around the health department's involvement. There is debate around, was the health department involved because y'all some hating ass bitches who filed a false report, or did they actually find misconduct? It seems from what I'm picking up a combination of everything. But let's watch
Houston rodeo because of a complaint. We spoke to people, and here's what they told us.
The gumbo stinks. I feel like I would throw up even from it.
That girl says she is not finna give her money to a luau. And I believe her because she got an accent, so I know she know what she talking about. Everybody who ate Tina Knowles gumbo, this gumbo,
The reason why y'all sick is because y'all don't know what the fuck she put in that damn gumbo. And see, if you know anything about Lugo, you know that they last for 101 days. The curse lasts for at least 101 days. That means whatever the fuck going on with y'all stomach right now, you finna feel that shit for the next 2, 3, 4 months.
Oh, this is the Christian lady. This is a voiceover from that Christian lady earlier talking about how there's demons in the gumbo.
What's crazy is that y'all ran out there to buy this gumbo just because Tina Knowles' name is behind it. Talking about, oh, we might be eating human remains, but 16 to 18 hours to make gumbo. And yes, you do not eat gumbo. You don't cook gumbo in the heat. You just don't do that. Anybody who's cooked gumbo should know that. And why would a woman that's otherwise wealthy be out here selling $25 cups of gumbo? Do y'all even use y'all brain sometimes before y'all just run out here and try to, because y'all want to be a part of something?
So many of y'all were so quick to want to spread this information about the health department shut Tina Knowles' stand down at the Houston rodeo. The health department shut her stand down. You know, y'all kill me at sometimes how quickly y'all take delight in knocking down rich, successful people.
Y'all, I just tried to order the gumbo and it's unavailable from Harold's. I gotta find someplace else to get gumbo. Where else should I get gumbos from? Should I get it from Fixins? I'm sorry, I'm being such a tourist right now. I am trying to order some gumbo, but damn it, they ran out at Harold's. Let me try Fixins.
Yes, the health department did come shut.
Oh, by the way, this is Funky Geneva. Shout out to Quentin. For those of you who didn't see the clip of ours that went viral on Instagram, me, Carlos King, Dustin Ross, and Funky Geneva, i.e. Quentin, did a whole episode about dating in the LGBTQ community in response to the E.J. Johnson discourse around how he / they, EJ uses both pronouns, does not date queer men, other gay men, but does date straight men. So we had a really great discussion around it. The clip was going viral. Thank you to all the love I'm getting from that clip. Some of y'all misconstrued my words, so I made a second video that I posted on here and on Instagram clarifying my points. But yeah, shout out to Funky Geneva. Complete delight. We were going to exchange phone numbers, but I had client calls and I couldn't stay on the Zoom for much longer. But Funky Geneva is such a chill person, and it's so interesting because I think when you see people who are razzle dazzle on screen, it's so interesting when you meet them behind the scene and they're totally chill.
Mama Tina's gumbo stand down, but they came and shut it down for a paperwork issue. It was a paperwork issue. It had nothing to do with cleanliness, serve safe. A statement.
Quentin is saying, and this is something that I looked in. At first, it was to Quentin's point. They were saying it was just that they didn't properly file the right documents, and so the health department was involved. You're immediately thinking, "Oh, you got E. coli. They do it in the gumbo." But at first blush, what we heard when we looked into it was it actually wasn't like impropriety. It was just how they filed paperwork.
To TMZ from the Houston Health Department on Monday, March 16th. A temporary closure of Mama Tina's gumbo booth at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo as a result of a complaint investigation. I'm sorry. The vendor was cooperative with the department's recommendations and passed the subsequent inspection. It was authorized to reopen. I apologize. They said it was a complaint. Now, I haven't eaten the gumbo. I have not eaten the gumbo, so I can't speak to the gumbo one way or another. You know, I don't take people's food reviews serious anyway, because all of our taste buds are curated for the foods that our mamas and our grandmas used to cook. So like I can go to somebody's house and they be like, "Oh, my mama threw down on these collard greens," and I eat the collard greens and they taste like toilet water. Ew. And somebody else could think they're great. I have heard mixed reviews about the gumbo. Whatever. Go to the Houston Rodeo, get the lady gumbo, check it out. Or whatever the case may be.
So Mama Tina's gumbo stand has officially been shut down by the Houston Health Department. Now, according to the Houston Health Department, they said that there was some unhealthy, unsanitary practices that was happening. Now, they opened up a permit, and the permit was supposed to be for a commercial kitchen, and come to find out, they was even making the gumbo in that commercial kitchen.
Update on me being just fat on camera. Bitch, and by the way, in this space, I'm comfortable with my body, so fat's not a bad word. I'm getting gumbo and fried green tomatoes. Actually, what am I saying? I'm supposed to be off tomorrow. I'm gonna treat myself. Y'all, I'm getting gumbo. Shout out, please raise your hand if you suddenly find yourself wanting some gumbo. after watching this, because and by the way, guys, we have one more topic after Tina.
That they had on the permit, they was making it somewhere else, and they was transporting it, and stuff that was supposed to be frozen, they found out was.
Oh, this is expensive as hell. Why is it $60? Y'all know my wallet hurts from what happened to Atlanta. For anybody sending super chats, feel free to. Does anybody want to buy my gumbo $60? Jesus Christ.
Not frozen at all. You can't play around with stuff like that. Plus, y'all had like crab or seafood in there. Oh no. Oh no. Once crab is in the mix.
That's true.
No. So at the end of the day, I don't understand why y'all coming at this girl for having this gumbo stand shut down, because she done saved somebody else from getting violently sick. Y'all see.
Oh, so she's saying that, to Funky Geneva's point, it was paperwork, but the paperwork was about how thick the food was actually being stored. Oh. Okay, that is concerning, because that means that you're mishandling food while making seafood in the hot Houston sun during record heat waves across the country. Yikes.
What happened to that guy who was sweating and was like throwing it up right away?
Thank y'all for starting a gumbo and fried green tomato fund. Actually, starting next week, I'm going to put my Cash App on here, because one of the things y'all don't realize, do you know I just found out that YouTube takes 40% of the money? What if I get a super chat? I'm going to put my Cash App on here, because 40%, that's a lot of percent. But I still appreciate the gumbo fund, though. Thank you.
Like, come on. So, yeah. So, according to the health department, they found a lot of practices that was not permitted, was very unsanitary. So, they shut the shit down. And FYI, I don't think her ass is coming back next year. She ain't coming back. And I don't think she's going to be able to come back this damn year, because I think they're over on Sunday. So, yeah, she ain't come back. Y'all tore her up. She's done. It's time to move on. You know, she got the hair care, so she got something else to do. But yeah, y'all didn't show that lady no mercy. Beyonce mama. I know. Beyonce mama, no mom. Y'all ain't show that lady no mercy.
Most of the people who have consumed Mama Beyonce gumbo right now on Tickety Talk got the flying shit. Now I tell you, you can't eat everything you see on TV or at the rodeo. For y'all newcomers and y'all are blowing it out of both ends. Who said that she was known for gumbo? Y'all just going down there eating her stuff because she's Beyonce's mama?
Yo, I just put the gumbo fund. I'm so sorry. Yo, I'm not okay from Atlanta. Atlanta has robbed me of my good sense. I think I might actually, now Florence already put it up. Florence, you know my heart. Anybody want to give me some gumbo? Right, 40% is extortion. Moving forward, I need to figure out a way to not use super chats and to just use my Cash App, because what the fuck? But anyways, back to gumbo. By the way, for those of you who are new here, this show is sponsored by ADHD. ADHD. All right, let's continue.
Now, word on the street, even though after this video, hold on, let me show you what I'm talking about.
So, you guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that gumbo is what made me sick. I told you all I called it.
Oh, the girl who actually filed. Oh, I didn't see this deep into the video. The girl who actually reported Mama Tina revealed herself. Baby, is you okay? You almost as stupid as Desmond Scott fucking on Diddy's ex. Why would you let the Beehive know it was you? Girl. Okay, this is dangerous.
Health Department. It says, "Good morning, Erica. This is Justin with the Houston Health Department. I was calling to give you an update on the complaint filed against Mama Tina's gumbo at the rodeo. In short, the temporary establishment was closed.
What is coming up next, guys?
Due to inaccuracy between their permit application and the actual food preparation they were conducting."
Oh, she's reading it off. Oh, shit. These are receipts. So they're saying that it was inaccuracy between the application and the actual food preparation they were conducting. We also discarded all gumbo on site due for some reason, as well as the food being stored inside unapproved containers.
We also discarded all gumbo on site due for the same reason, as well as the food being stored inside unapproved containers. And we could not verify proper cooling methods for pre-cooked batches of gumbo.
They had pre-cooked batches of gumbo that were not properly. Ooh, okay, Tina.
At this time, they are not allowed to operate until a new application is submitted. A health officer can verify proper food preparation.
They had to get supervision to come back. Oh shit!
And the permit is approved and fees paid.
Needless to say, keep your ass from eating everything just because it's going viral. And some of y'all are buying food off of the TikTok shop. Y'all need to stop doing that too.
Right, y'all. Mama Tina seafood gumbo straight from.
Now, y'all, why did AI get involved? Why did AI get
the Bayou to H-Town? Who hungry?
We get a bowl of that. Smell like heaven.
Ooh, it looks so good.
Good right there.
Oh!
My tongue is.
Wait, that's not Tina. Y'all are fucked up. That's not Tina. Y'all, I didn't watch the video. What the fuck? Let me spray some spray. Let's cleanse this space. Let's cleanse this space. Oh, that smells good. Yeah, let's just
Wait, is this supposed to bubble like that? My stomach just did a backflip.
Nope.
Lightweights, they.
Mama Tina said it takes 16 to 18 hours.
Now, I picked this lady to go last. This is the video that I did watch because she felt like somebody who was being fair. We're going to end on a fair note. The jury's still out. While this lady is talking, let's take a vote. Right. The AI is so mean. While the jury's out, let's take a vote. Do we believe that Mama Tina's gumbo was good and they were being unfair to her? Or do we believe that Mama Tina accidentally poisoned them people? Is Mama Tina innocent or did she poison them people? Can we take a vote in the chat? I'm very curious because I'm actually walking away from this confused. I actually don't know.
To cook her gumbo. So that's how I know the people ain't lying who take.
We're going to do the dog time after we're done with the gumbo because that made my stomach turn a little bit.
And they from New Orleans that say it tastes like roast. Baby, gumbo don't take that long. Now, if she's including the prep time, not even that long. I'm sorry. It's not even that long.
Right.
But nevertheless, everybody's taste buds is different. Do I think, and I've never tasted it, right?
But maybe it takes, and this is not me showing her bell, I'm just trying to be fair. Maybe it takes 16 to 18 hours when you're sauteing and chopping and prepping for a huge batch because Mama Tina has a large extended family. So maybe the reason why it's taking so long is the quantity of gumbo she's accustomed to making.
But I'm pretty sure it probably is flavorful. I'm pretty sure, she knows what she's doing for as the concept of making gumbo. But y'all, it's so many ways to make a gumbo, honestly. Mm-hmm. So just try not to take it personal when people giving their opinion about Mama Tina gumbo. If the people that saying they don't like it, that's because they taste buds, they don't like it. Like they probably have something to compare.
I believe the health department. What is wrong with you?
And it's not for them. I see a lot of other people saying they like the gumbo. Mm-hmm. They feel like it's flavorful. It's not bland. They like it.
Damn, Gia said no. Gia, I'm trying to help Mama Tina. Oh, man. I ain't never getting invited to another Tina event.
So to each his own, y'all. That's the beauty of food. Mm-hmm. Everybody has different taste buds. Everybody have different seasoning levels. Everybody have different spice levels. It's so different. And there's so many ways to make a gumbo. But I can honestly say true, authentic gumbo has a specific marriage of flavors. I'm just saying.
I do believe it might be both. I believe that Mama Tina made some amazing gumbo that she was around to supervise, that people because there's videos of LaToya Luckett and all types of people that know her eating the gumbo. And I believe that they actually loved the smell and it was probably a fresh batch that she was around for. And I believe that those who were managing for her might have cut corners and unintentionally caused this. And I believe that there are people who just hate Beyonce and Jay-Z and who are going to drag her just because. I think it might actually be in all of the above. I do think that some of the witchcraft allegations don't ring true to me, and I'm somebody who does not dismiss witchcraft, but that's the only thing I'm not adding. So it's not all of the above. It's everything but witchcraft. I think it's everything but witchcraft. And speaking of people who are doing everything but what they need to be doing, Huda, Ooh, child, we're ending with Huda, child, because if I have to end it early because I'm tired, then so be it. Huda Mustafa, I did not think I'd be talking about Huda Mustafa in March of 2026, and if it wasn't for something so serious, I probably wouldn't be. But you guys know, I was one of the first people, that's one of the reasons I went viral. I was one of the first people who used emotional intelligence to, on a granular level, explain why Huda Mustafa was not just a polarizing figure on reality TV, but was someone who was actually dangerous, particularly to men of color who sleep with her and who she can lie on and cause harm to while playing damsel to the police and the public. I was one of the first people who said that. I got dragged for it, and then within on social media. Timestamps matter. I'm not being self-aggrandizing. I can just read a clock. As someone who's on the front lines of calling out Huda, the fact that full circle all these months later, 9 months later, when I was right about Nick and Olandria, I was right about Ace and Shelley, I'm also been right about Huda. I wasn't wrong. I was just early. I'm batting 100 for Love Island. I waited 9 months to say this. Everything I said 9 months ago, I've now been proven right. This is the final Infinity Stone. I'm just saying. So for those who found me through Love Island, you picked the right fucking team. I had to talk about this because this was the most glaring evidence of my fears around her being dangerous. Because a lot of you thought I was overstating it. It's not that deep. By the way, whenever I say something that is nuanced and educated and full of fact-based analysis, and you say it's not that deep, what you're saying is you're not that deep. Yeah, words mean things. I felt like this was the final nail in the coffin on what I said about Huda. So as a full circle moment, because I love symmetry, we're going to be briefly. Yes, I called it. I called it when it wasn't popular to call it. We're going to be briefly talking about why I was correct that Huda Mustafa is dangerous and a harm. But before we do that, we're going to do the dogs. All right, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Let's talk about what the fuck Huda's gotten into, child. Hold on. Let me remove the Gumbo video, remove the TSA video, remove the Teyana video, and let me add Huda. Oh, bon Dieu. Let's see. Downloads, Huda. And for those, the 40% who don't understand, don't worry. We will be catching you up and level setting. For the 60% who already knows what's happening, please don't ruin it in the chat for everybody who's coming here to watch. All right, let's watch.
Summer during the season when I told y'all that Huda did not need to be on anybody's reality TV screen. She needed to be on a first-class flight to somebody's grippy sock facility. I remember some of these comments. Y'all said I was being mean. Y'all said I did not know passion. Y'all said that I've clearly never crashed out before. And I have not. Not this bad. Lewis Russell's ex-girlfriend has filed a restraining order against Huda. This is Huda.
For those who don't understand, Lewis is who Huda started dating from Perfect Match and Too Hot to Handle and all these other shows. She started dating Lewis after she left the island without a single nigga who wanted her. She thought that she was the favorite. She thought that she looked like Pocahontas. She thought that she looked like broke man's Kim Kardashian. She was shocked that the darkest girl in there got the best dude. Her brain to this day has not recovered. So because Huda did not end up being the bad bitch that people who believe in white supremacist beauty standards thought she would be and ended up being the black girl instead, plot twist, Huda then crashed out by picking Lewis, who's known as one of the biggest whores of Netflix. He's been in a bunch of franchises and messed with a lot of people. Lewis and Huda both have children that we have never seen them with. I'm not judging. I'm just telling you the facts. He had a baby with a young lady right before he started dating Huda. Recently, it came out that back in February, Huda allegedly swore on her daughter's life that she would unalive herself because Lewis was trying to leave her. And when Lewis wouldn't respond to her, she sent a series of unhinged text messages saying, well, fuck it, if you won't respond to me, I'm going to take an Uber to your baby mama's house. She then proceeded to take a picture from outside the baby mama's house, proving that she was not bluffing. Then took a picture of herself on the roof, threatening to jump off. But I was overreacting. Okay, let's keep watching.
Love Island USA Season 7 famously nicknamed Hurricane Huda after her very ridiculous crash out over one of the other contestants named Jeremiah. This is Lewis Russell. He was on Netflix's Too Hot to Handle as well as Perfect Match, and I think that's where they met. Well, Lewis Russell had a girlfriend before Huda named Nicole Oliveira. Now, I'm not going to post a picture of her because
I'm sorry, but Lewis is fine. Y'all know I usually go for nice guys or tall chocolate guys. Sometimes they're not the same. He's neither chocolate and tall or nice, but he is a very attractive man.
I actually couldn't verify a direct picture of her. There was a lot of speculation going around. I'm not for putting people's faces up here that I can't verify. However, Nicole is...
Yeah, you guys, I apologize. The content volume is low. I can't go any higher. She just recorded it low. I'm sorry.
Seeking an order of protection against Huda after she tried to break into their home. And I'm actually going to get my laptop so I can read all of the story verbatim. The article says here that Huda threatened Nicole as well as Nicole's son that she has with Lewis, a baby boy. And then also...
You threatened the mother of his child and his child. Are you nuts?
Threatened to off herself. Oh, sorry, I forgot a detail. Swore on her daughter's life that she would off herself. Nicole.
Yeah, I have a little bit of Ricky, but Ricky is too granular. I don't want to spend 3 hours on Huda, so that's why I couldn't use a lot of Ricky's videos because she spends 10 minutes on every facet. I don't have that much time for Huda. I'm sorry. I just don't. But Ricky's in here somewhere, I think.
Says that Huda made a bunch of, quote, terrifying and extremely mentally unstable threats against herself, her daughter, and Nicole's son before showing up to Nicole's home and breaking into the building. Apparently, this incident took place back in February when Huda had shown up and threatened to knock all the doors down. They called the police because this was on top of the fact that Huda had already...
I don't like to diagnose people, but I have speculated similar. I don't like to diagnose people, but I have speculated similar. As somebody who had a best friend with bipolar personality disorder, and the mother of one of my godchildren is bipolar. I've watched what a bipolar episode looks like, and Huda is very reminiscent of what I've seen in person.
You've been harassing this girl on social media. The judge did sign the temporary restraining order, so now Huda cannot go within 100 yards of Nicole's son, or the house that they live in. Now here's where it gets even better. From the paperwork that I read, which seemed to be a photocopy of the restraining order, apparently, Lewis Russell was basically like, well, yeah, girl, you deserve this restraining order because you did the most. That didn't matter.
By the way, the restraining order only happened because Lewis was able to provide his ex the the text messages between him and Huda to substantiate that she was dangerous. So Louis actually agreed at first that Huda needed to have a restraining order and gave the evidence that made it go through.
Matter much to Huda though, because just 3 hours ago she posted Lewis Russell to her story talking about my king. So it seems to me that they both need to seek help, but it's above me.
And I don't want to hear any
borderline. Sorry, I'm at borderline, not bipolar. I'm so tired and waiting for my food. But yes, thank you for the card.
Anybody calling her a bitter BM because she is just doing what she needs to do in order to protect her child. Louis' baby mama flat out gave him an ultimatum saying that if he ever wants to see their son again, he needs to break up with Huda. And I do not blame the BM, her name being Nicole Oliveira, because her son's safety was already allegedly compromised due to his father's negligence, because Nicole told Louis to not letting women he just met be around his son, to know where they live. But obviously, Louis didn't listen, which is why Huda allegedly was able to find where Nicole and her son was staying, tried to break into their building, and was making all those crazy threats. As a reminder, due to all of these alleged shenanigans, that's why the temporary restraining order was placed against Huda, so now she has to stay at least 100 yards away from the home, Nicole, and her son. Mind you, Nicole knew that Huda was unstable the whole time, which is why she set that boundary with Louis.
Anybody who had Wi-Fi and watched Love Island knew that she was unstable.
And according to TMZ, Louis even admitted to Nicole that she was right and stayed with Nicole and their son a week after the incident happened with Huda.
Now, Louis is a clout chaser however, from what I keep hearing, Huda has threatened to sick her fans on him if they break up. So this might be the boy who cried wolf for once is actually scared.
What's even more gross is that Louis is playing both sides of the fence, because what do you mean he posted Huda and him on his story just shortly after news of the failed home invasion went public, just for him to be the same person that encouraged his BM to file the restraining order in the first place?
I think one of the things that this is coming up to me, and because my brain sometimes focuses more on pattern recognition than tribalism. We're all seeing this through the lens of, we know that he's a clout chaser and that Huda's nuts and that, they deserve each other. And though, if we were to take away our preconceptions about Louis, his behavior of agreeing that she's dangerous, helping the police give her a restraining order, being threatened by her to get harassed and doxxed by her fans, and taking her back from a place of shame, Those are all the things that we usually associate with battered women. And in light of the Taylor Frankie Paul video coming out, the lady from Mormon Wives, who we all thought her boyfriend, her baby daddy was a fuckboy, only for a video from 2023 to be revealed showing that she's been beating his ass the entire time. A part of me fears this is another case of a man who's battered, but because he's unlikable and he's a clout chaser, we're too busy having disdain for him to clock what might be the obvious signs of someone who's in an abusive relationship. I never thought the day would come where I would throw Louis some bail. But I fear, maybe it's because I just saw the Taylor Frankie Paul video and it illuminated so much of her baby father's behavior. We're not great at clocking when men are in abusive relationships. We know she's abusive. I went viral for saying that she abuses men and plays victim so that nobody feels bad for them and only focuses on her antics. And now, 9 months later, we're watching someone have a restraining order filed against her and helping the restraining order be filed. And what are we doing? We're too busy judging him to clock that maybe he's been abused by someone that we all know is abusive. Just like what she did to Chris. The only difference is we could see Chris on camera. What did I say in that video from 9 months ago? The only thing that saved all the black men who've been with her is that it's been on camera. What happens when she abuses a black man who's not on camera? And now look. Yikes. I think the chat might have gotten this wrong one. I think the more I think about it, I think Louis might be in an abusive relationship. I think the clout chaser fucked around and picked the wrong clout to chase. And, oh, that just hit me on camera. That's awkward.
Which is why Louis' baby mama is not playing around with him. She has already cut off all contact between their son and Louis and has threatened to move out of state. Even though Louis said that he would not have Huda around their child during visits, that still wasn't good enough. And Louis is pretty upset because he feels like his son is being used as a bargaining chip and believes that the baby mama could very well make through on that promise and move away, making it very much harder for him to see his son and spend time with him. Because of this, Louis is seeking an emergency order from the court that will grant.
And he actually is seeking an emergency order to have custody of his child because he's lost his child by having allegiance to her. Oh, this feels like abuse.
Him joint legal custody and a concrete parent.
By the way, allegedly, these are all speculations. This is me speculating. These are not facts. None of this is a fact. It's all alleged, okay?
And custody plan so that way he can spend time with his kid. Now, of course, there are people who are still on Huda's side and believed her when she said that this was all lies and that she's getting legal to handle it and think that this is a scheme set up by the baby mama in order to steal Louis away from Huda. Mind you, Louis is the one that sent the incriminating text to the baby mama and encouraged her to file the restraining order. So I'm wondering how this is her fault. Plus, she's made it plain that she does not want her son in the spotlight and the limelight like that.
There's a thing that I always say about Black women, particularly Black women who are high functioning and have dignity and high self-esteem and who are good at self-advocating for themselves. When Black women who fit that moniker are in any way abused, they are what I call unsympathetic victims. I can't shake the feeling that Louis might be an unsympathetic victim. And that outside of those of you who are in this chat who are open-hearted and open to pivoting when more information is being presented, that if he ever comes forward with the abuse that he's endured, despite the fact that we've watched several Black men be abused by her, most people will not sympathize or give him any sort of like basic compassion. I fear that. And to your point, Kendra, she knows that. Yikes. You're right, you guys. A clout-chasing sex demon is the perfect victim because nobody's going to take his side. Oh, my God. I knew I was going to be right, but I didn't want to be this right. This is actually kind of bone-chilling.
She wants to respect his privacy, so I don't think she would intentionally make him a part of this current media circus. Not to mention restraining orders are really hard to get. You do need to make sure you have some pretty hard, substantial evidence.
Yes, this is why she dates Black men, because she knows that even other Black people are predisposed not to have compassion for them. Oh, bon Dieu.
Which, of course, Nicole had in the form of the text messages that a lot of people still think are fake. They're skeptical about it, but it's whatever. What we do know is for real.
I disagree, babe. A biracial, a British man who is a D-list reality star is no competition for white presenting sexually desirable ethnic woman. In those Olympics, she wins. In those Olympics, she wins because they're playing the game of celebrity.
Is the court date coming up on April 3rd, where a judge will decide whether the restraining order gets dismissed or extended.
Huda's text messages have been revealed, and I feel like y'all are scared to ask the questions that y'all need to be asking, so I'm going to go ahead and ask it. Lewis, why are you still with that woman? And Huda, why are you still with that man? I'm going to be fair all across the board. Lewis, this woman allegedly made threats to your child, then showed up to the place.
Hold on, I want to see some of these texts. It's, oh my God, this is the roof. Y'all, this is the picture of Huda on the roof. I'm always honest. I'm sorry I lied about what I lied about, but I was always honest. Wait, how are you sorry that you lied, but you're always honest? Huda, are you a little stupid? Wait, what? I'm sorry I lied, but I'm always honest. It doesn't make sense to me. Bye, my sweet, handsome man. Your beautiful girl loves you more than anything you'll ever know. Okay. I'm not in a safe place, Louis. Am I even allowed to tell you these things? Do you care? I'm just going to lay here. I'm not at the hotel, by the way. Don't know if you care about that. I'm going to your baby mama's house. I'm in the Uber now. I'm about to be at Nick's house. Why are you not answering? Y'all. Nope. I'm very frightened that Huda's going to get somebody hurt. Somebody said Blue played the dogs. No, we got to get through this. I told you I don't want to linger on Huda too long, so we got to push through and then I'll play the dogs.
Where your child is at, and broke into the building and threatened to knock the doors down. She posted a picture of a roof telling you that she was about to jump off. Like, why are you still with her? In the messages, she was apologizing for lying about something. But Huda, why are you still with this man? When you look at the evidence that was submitted against you, guess who it came from? It came from Lewis, the person you just posted on your Instagram page. That's who the messages came from. It shows that you were messaging him over and over, and even after threatening to unalive yourself, he was ignoring you. Yeah. Then he told you to go and seek help, to check yourself into a hospital, and he still continued to.
This is a picture of her in the stairwell? Oh, bitch. I'm in the apartment. So either you see me right now or I'm knocking at every door. Oh, my God. Y'all, this is actually really serious. I actually didn't realize. I think if I had realized that this was this dark, I might not have covered this. I might have skipped this one. She's taking pictures inside the building in real time on her way to the roof.
Ignore you. The pictures of you outside of that girl's building, he submitted that. The pictures of you inside the girl's building, he submitted that. The pictures of you showing that you were on your way to that location, he submitted that. Why are you still with this man? Because how did they get it any other way? Contacting the phone says Huda with the heart, and the messages were directly to him. So who else got those messages? Y'all, maybe it's just me, but I don't see why neither one of them even want each other at this point.
Seems like Miguel was right about the whole.
I hate this lady, but apparently she's admitted that she was wrong about Huda in the same way that 9 months later I'm admitting that she's right. I was right. 9 months later, she's admitting that she was wrong. It's a very full circle live, y'all.
Louis and Huda situation. According to my source, Louis Russell was all for the restraining order until he learned that it would become public knowledge. He didn't want this public, so now he's showing his support for Huda. The Huda and Louis text messages are very much real. I now have received these messages from a verified, legit source. And here's the thing, guys. As someone who has defended Huda in the past, I would hope that you would believe me when I'm giving you this information, right? Because why would I lie? Like I said, I just received screenshots of the text messages.
All right, let me look at this. Oh, this is the screenshot from outside the front door. This bitch was really taking pictures as she's climbing upstairs. You're destroying me, and you don't care at all Not an ounce of you cares. You don't care if I live or die. You're already in someone else. Oh, that's graphic. Not already in someone else. My God. I'm here. Where are you? I'm at her house. Where are you? Yo. Yeah, she don't really like Steph with the deets is a piece of shit, but even a broken clock. Wow. This is actually frightening.
Between Huda and Louis, and according to my source, these text messages were given as evidence from Louis. He handed over these text messages and said file a restraining order. According to my source, this is the evidence that got the temporary restraining order approved. This one I had not seen. She's literally sending him like outside the apartment complex, and where she tells him, you don't care if I live or die. She literally says, I'm at her house. According to my source, there is also surveillance footage that has been entered as evidence showing the night that Huda had broken in. These are the same ones that Storytime with Ricky had posted.
Hold on, let me see. What is this now? She sent the map of her trip. Why are you not answering? You believe me? Here's proof. What are you doing? Are you cheating on me? In cap locks, are you cheating on me? In bigger cap locks, you're cheating on me. I remember where her window was. Bitch. What? Actually, I don't think I'm gonna make it to the end. Let's play the dogs real quick. Y'all, this is dark-sided.
To the information, it sounds like Huda literally got on a plane from North Carolina to come to LA.
Oh, it's just been confirmed. So it's been confirmed that she did get on a plane. I'm not safe. I'm not in a safe. Okay, yeah, she got on a plane. She got on a plane.
Just to break in and send all these texts. Sending that photo and threatening to unalive herself. And she tells him, bye, my sweet, handsome man. Your beautiful girl loves you more than anyone you'll ever know. These are just so concerning to me.
I want to look at all these. The only reason I'm using this lady's video, even though I can't stand it, is because she has the most pictures. You're taking it too far. You're making me go crazy. Is this satisfying you? I'm not leaving until I see you. You don't love me. You never did. That's why it's so easy for you to, and then Steph's face is covering it. I always stayed through everything and you would blow up my phone, threaten me and hurt me, and I'd still be here. Okay, this was like, sometimes people are being manipulative. They'll throw a lie in to make you look bad to the judge. So this is actually incredibly manipulative. This is torture that you're doing this to me. I never once did this to you. You tell me that you don't want me to die, and this is driving me to that point. I promise you on my daughter, I won't be here tomorrow if I don't see you right now. Louis, I promise on my daughter, if I don't see you right now, I won't be here tomorrow. I'm actually happy we did this last. This is actually... Wow.
She's telling him, this is torture, what you're doing to me. I never once did this to you. You tell me you don't want me to die, and this is driving me to that point. I promise you on my daughter, I won't be here tomorrow if I don't see you. And as for everyone saying that this doesn't make sense because why would he be with her now? According to my source, it seems like Louis is afraid to leave Huda because of Huda's fans. Louis allegedly told them that Huda said if he left her, she would send her fans to ruin him. So instead of choosing his child, it seems like he's choosing Huda. Since he's made that choice, what I've been told is that that restraining order now will also go on to him.
The restraining order also extends to him, which means he can't see his child either. And so for those who are saying they feel bad for a child, Huda, here's the thing. One of the things I learned from Melissa and a couple of other horrible people I've been around, really bad people are really good at picking really good people. Huda's baby father is an exceptional father from everything that I've heard. Their daughter is with him. So she is safe with her father.
Because he is Huda's partner. And they're together quite often. And it seems like he's deciding to go with the clout and money making rather than doing what is best for his child and having a healthy co-parent relationship. There is no defending this, especially with the child involved. This is very concerning.
Saying that you are unreasonably being denied access to your son after you allegedly shared text messages with your baby mama for her to get the restraining order against your girlfriend is crazy work. Insane work. Chaotic at best.
Now, in court documents obtained by TMZ, Louis claims his ex-girlfriend Nicole has unreasonably cut off his contact between him and their son, Luca, despite Louis saying he agreed to not have his girlfriend Huda with him during their visits. According to the papers, Louis alleges Nicole is using their son, Luca, as a bargaining chip and has threatened to move out of state.
I swear the lights be on, but nobody don't be home. If you shared concerning text messages like that with me.
Chris is toxic. Jeremiah is just a sweet feminist who's slightly anti-black and colorist. But Chris is actually toxic, though.
That was so concerning that I was able to get a restraining order. What would make you think that I would let you be alone with my child when you're still dating the person who sent those concerning text messages?
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
I don't trust. Is you cool?
No.
You can't be trusted neither. You still dating somebody that you thought was off her rocker. That's why you sent the messages.
Somebody said they should do a lust spell on him or something. This is the one place I would believe witchcraft. I'm not gonna say too much on here. It's an open forum, but if anybody knows, particularly Caribbeans and Southern Black people and Latin Americans, our people are very well versed. This is how somebody acts when they're under a love spell from a spiritual perspective. It's how somebody acts when they're being abused. It's also how somebody acts when they're under a love spell. Love spells are not good. They're horrible.
And you think I trust that you're not going to have old girl around my kid? And instead of both of y'all choosing to be with y'all kids right now to at least prove a point, to at least try to manipulate us, to at least try to trick us, y'all are with each other. It never gave two people that care about their kids. I'm not going to lie.
Louis Russell's attempt at filing ex parte against Nicole has been denied. He filed this motion today, March 18th. Now, because this ex parte has been denied, he still can file another motion for a regular hearing. As you can see here, it says may be filed and set for hearing on court's regular calendar, but as far as an emergency, denied. TMZ did report earlier that Louis attempted to file for an emergency custody hearing, claiming that his baby mama was not allowing him to see his son because of his relationship with Huda. Is completely untrue considering that Louis Russell has been in Miami for the past 3 weeks and not even in the state of California to see his son. As you can see, ex parte denied, insufficient showing of irreparable.
Is somebody screaming outside the house? Okay, I think it might just be the TV upstairs. Sometimes my TV turns on. Because I'm going to come back. I need to go turn off the TV upstairs, but I'm going to let this play because this is actually dark. I can still hear it.
Harm, immediate danger, other statutory basis for granting ex parte relief. It's so bizarre to me that Louis Russell would give those text messages to help his baby mom get a restraining order and gets back with Huda and is now trying to fight for custody. Many of you did not know that Louis Russell even had a baby. I remember when I broke the news, so many people did not believe me because his baby mom was so cool. She kept it so quiet, never revealed her identity, never told that he had a baby. Seems to be an extremely private person. So for all of this to be coming out in the media this way is just really sad. Because they could have had a healthy co-parenting relationship, which it seems like they have had before Huda. Anywho, I will keep you updated on the details of this story as it develops. Hearing for the restraining order is still scheduled for April 3rd, so I will keep you guys posted.
You literally cannot make this up, y'all. Huda has now broken her silence, and of course, as expected, she has taken zero accountability. She posted on her Instagram story that she's aware of the headlines and that none of it is true and that she'll be handling this through her legal team. And I'm so sorry to say, because I know her fans are going to run with this and say, well, Huda said it's not true, so it's not true. When has Huda ever been credible when it comes to the truth? I'm so sorry. This woman has lied so many times I can't even keep up at this point. I'm more inclined to believe the woman who gains nothing from the situation, who is now at the crossfire of this insane fan base, and through her actions has shown that she does not even want to be in the spotlight and that she does want to protect her son. The fact that people were shocked that Louis even had a son shows that within itself. And keep in mind, y'all, this happened in February and is just being reported to TMZ now. The fact that I can't even find photos of the mother of Lewis's child says everything. Like,
it's hard to find
not
photos.
easy to find them. You would have to dig. She does not care about clout. She does not care about attention. I'm sorry, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. This actually happened. And I guess I'm not shocked that Huda is just denying the entire thing because, I mean, this is kind of in her nature.
Yeah, we watched her be a pathological and very bold liar from the beginning. So that part's actually not surprising at all.
But I also think it's a very insidious, and this is the manipulative part about her that I can never get behind, as much as y'all try to defend her and even excuse her behavior because clearly, you know, she has something going on. To throw somebody else in the line of fire after you just put her and her child in danger to begin with, and to continue that publicly on your platform by calling her a liar is what you're doing by saying none of this is true. I think that's incredibly dangerous. And now we're witnessing in real time the result of enabling bad behavior.
Do you know how I know that Huda has finally tanked her career, even though I'm shocked it even was able to happen to begin with? Even her biggest supporters, even horrible people on social media who I cannot stand and think have a penchant for getting it wrong, she's being so egregious, suddenly everybody agrees. She's being so nasty and so dark-sided that even people who are usually at odds are unified about this not being okay. And I'm actually sincerely concerned. I'm concerned for her child, but I'm also concerned for Louis, because I don't want to come back here 3 months from now or 6 weeks from now talking about how someone's in the hospital.
And making somebody famous for it and giving them power to harm others with it. But anyway, the court case is April 3rd. I guess we'll get more information surrounding it then.
So I am a former Huda supporter.
We can tell. You all have you have similar hair. We can tell. I don't know what it is. Remember how when I was on Jesse's show, I said a lot of Huda's black fans have a similar look? They all feel like they use pink moisturizer. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. Everybody who's a black woman who is a Huda fan and apologist has the spirit of pink moisturizer. For those who don't know what pink moisturizer, don't worry. It's an inside black girl joke. But let me let her cook.
Anyways, at the risk of sounding like a reformed Trump supporter, I just didn't think things would get this bad. The reason why I didn't think things could ever get this bad is because they are locked on that Fiji island for like months, I'm pretty sure, on Love Island, right? They are not allowed to have their phone. They are not allowed to have like social media. They only have each other and have no contact to the outside world. So in my mind, like, her acting insane, it wasn't right. It wasn't okay to act like that. But I feel like a breakdown could be understandable in circumstances like that.
No.
Like Kaylor, who was on the season before that with Serena and Janae and Leah, she was like, I'm actually not even a crybaby like that. I was crying all the time because it was just so much pressure being on that island all the time. You don't know these people, but you just have to get to know them, whatever.
So you're giving the benefit of the doubt while rubbing dandruff out of your hair, and you gave Huda the benefit of the doubt, but not the black men and women that she attacked. I know what you are.
So, I just feel like Huda really let me down. You disappointed me.
I'm at the point where I'm FaceTiming these new dudes.
Now, I wanted to be clear for this because I know people are going to ask, why is Huda like this? And nobody's dick is that good. Huda is very male-centered, and this is a video that I've actually had in my arsenal that was supposed to be my original Huda video that I never used, that I saved from like months ago, that shows Huda's timeline. She's since cleaned it up about how male-centered she was before ever even making it to Love Island.
And my ex's hoodie. I'm on that level of... And don't get me wrong, there's that one Pookie. That one Pookie who can spin the block if he wants to. You know who you are. Come on, the kids miss you. It's her birthday. And I ended up going to the IG story of the photographer at the club, and I ended up a little bit too hard, okay? So for context, me and this guy were seeing each other for a little while. There's a girl that ended up calling his phone. I said, oh, who's that? Something I will never understand about myself is why do I always pick guys that live super... Something I just found out is that if somebody sends you a photo on text messages, you can save that photo, swipe up, boom, address.
Did you hear that? She's finding people's address from their geotags.
Oh, so there's this guy I don't like, okay? Let's just make that clear. Basically what happened was, dude was trying to hit me up.
This explains a lot. Again, I've done some dumb shit in my early 20s, you know? And I would say this explains a lot, but it don't, because from those, I would think, oh, play on player, like she would be having that villa on lock. Nigga. But she don't.
So now the mother of Lewis's child is speaking out to TMZ about what really
Receipts podcast. I can't do this anymore, so I'm gonna go to the last video. I have not watched the last video, so we're gonna be watching it together.
People were surprised by.
Let's see what it says.
I don't think Nicole wants.
I can't listen to him talking
The
anymore.
fact that this is happening in this way in the public because of Huda is honestly really unfortunate.
So Huda had text messages to her boyfriend threatening to unalive herself.
Oh wait, the video is called "Threatening to Unalive Yourself to Your Partner is Abusive." Oh my God, that's a perfect way to end this. Oh, that's perfect.
That is abuse. Full stop, point blank, period. No way that you can possibly twist it. That is abuse.
Agreed.
I have been saying this since Love Island, that the behavior that you guys are hooting and hollering in the Huda stands is abusive.
Yeah.
And I think it's time we start using the right word. It is not just toxic. It is not funny. It is not girlfriend standing on business. The behavior she exhibited in the island was abusive towards Jeremiah. She sexually coerced Chris. These are the exact words I was using as Love Island came around. And make no mistake, threatening to unalive yourself to a partner is abuse. Swearing.
Wait a minute. Louis' baby mama is another one of Diddy's exes. I am done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm actually done. I think I'm at capacity. I think that was one Diddy X too many. That was one Diddy X too many. I'm done. I'm actually at capacity. I'm going to be smoking a J legally obtained in the state of California, and then ordering some gumbo and pretending none of this ever happened. Y'all, this life drained me. Okay, I gave you my all. Diddy, if you had told me that Diddy would be the common denominator in all of these stories, I would not have believed you, and yet somehow he is. Let's play the evil eye clearing dogs one more time. I feel like I need the dogs now. All right, guys, this concludes our hot topics. Yeah, I think the moral of the story is don't fly into Atlanta anytime soon. The Delta employee who I talked to, who helped me file my case to get reimbursed for the hotel, told me that she'd been working with Delta for years, and if she has to fly through Atlanta, she'd rather go an extra 2 hours out of her way to fly through Las Vegas than fly in Atlanta. So actual Delta employees are avoiding Atlanta right now if they can. So that's number one. Number two, Desmond Scott should need to stop messing with anybody attached to Diddy. Number three, why the fuck did Louis have a baby with somebody attached to Diddy? Miss Tina's gumbo violates you like Diddy. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. I wish y'all peace. The next time we talk, we have some good news. If you haven't already, please like the live. Please subscribe. If you decide to become a member, just that members get perks. We are going to be having a Cinco de Mayo birthday bash for yours truly. My birthday is actually at the end of April. Ooh, my eyes started. I'm about to pull these lashes off. You guys, you know how tired I am? I'm so tired. I'm about to pull my lashes off on camera. Oh, I'm so tired. Ooh, lashes gone. Yeah, I'm tired. This is over. I ain't got it. We're going to be having a Cinco de Mayo situation. I'm so tired. We're going to be having a Cinco de Mayo, a post-birthday a virtual meet and greet. We had a St. Patty's Day one that was amazing. We had so much fun. It was supposed to be 2 hours. We had so much fun. I went an extra hour even though I was exhausted. The one for Cinco de Mayo, only the members will be getting the first dibs. There will be a link being generated for the members only sometime this weekend. The last one sold out in 18 hours, and then I added a couple more tickets, and those sold out in 24 hours. So members, you will get first dibs on the Cinco de Mayo virtual birthday bash, and then I'll open it to the general public. And I know this is the announcement everybody's been waiting for. Drum roll, please. Registration for the September On Thy Shift class will be going out this weekend as well. So this weekend, while I'm resting, I'm actually going to put out the link to register for the September class, the last one of the entire year, and to register for the Cinco de Mayo meet and greet. All right. I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching. I hope the next time we speak, it'll be like more fun subject matter, because what the fuck was that? And have a good night, family. Goodbye. Love y'all.